So today we're going to be continuing this game where we last left off. Where did we last leave off? Oh, we were about to talk to Kim Kitsuragi. That's right. So we just finished interrogating her, and she revealed that there was no assault that happened upon her, or at least not one that she would consider an assault or one that she deems remembering. And we got the insight that it was possibly a motivated by jealousy murder rather than motivated by, like, mob justice. So my running theory is that if you're still awake at 2 a.m., time freezes until you go to bed. That's kind of how it is in real life. And then suddenly the sun is up. Nothing really happens between 2 a.m. and like 7 a.m. Those 5 hours in the middle of the night in real life are kind of like an empty zone where nothing happens. Everyone's asleep. Everyone that's working is like, they're not going to be at a restaurant or a store. There's nobody driving. Time kind of does freeze after 2 a.m. And the next day does not start until I go to sleep. All right. So if it's 1 a.m. and I say, "Oh, tomorrow let's meet up," and someone says, "Don't you mean today?" No, I mean tomorrow. I haven't gone to bed and woken up yet. So it's tomorrow. Okay? You understand? All right? That's how it should always be. Let's talk to Kim.
Looks like we have more to discuss with those so-called
I
Hardy
agree.
boys. Half their reasoning just went out the window.
It's true. You think this will make them cooperate?
Nothing will make them respect the RCM.
No.
But it will disrupt the game they prepared for us. We just stripped off one layer of whatever it is. Her decision to not corroborate their story was definitely not part of the plan.
I'm very glad that she didn't corroborate, though. If she had just given us the same bullshit story, I feel like we would have just left. Like, the game would have been over. Like, there's not really anything we can do. They would have, except come back with more comps and have a shootout. Why did she tell us all that?
What else could she have done? Lie? She saw there was no way to lie and get away with it.
I'm not sure she had to lie. I wouldn't have known.
If
That's
not
true.
you, then me. It was a smart move from her.
She seems candid. Something is off here.
You think so? She seemed forthcoming. Unusually so. Being forthcoming about some things is a good way to obscure.
That's what I
other
was
things.
thinking as well. That she was so open with what she was telling us that it felt like almost like it was trying to distract us from something else
The best
happening.
liars are always forthcoming. Anyway, we should move. I suspect our investigation will bring us back here soon enough.
True. How does everything sound, everybody? You should be able to hear... Oh, no. You should be able to hear the... How do I go down? Oh, right there. Nothing should have changed, so it should be the same level of everything. This hotel room / temporary apartment is so different. Look at how tiny Kim Kitsuragi's room is. Unless his room like goes over here, which I don't think it does. I think his room would end like right here. His room must be tiny. Sound is people wide happy. That's exactly what I wanted to hear. Salty, you're at work, aren't you? Do you watch me while you're at work? Because I start streaming at 4 p.m. for you. Speak to the assault victim. Done. Confront the Hardy Boys with what Klasia question Klasia about the dead man. Klasia told you she can't talk about him now, but you need specifics, height, build, etc. to confirm your autopsy. Ask a little later when she has collected herself. I think that's a good idea as well. Forcing her to tell me would do nothing for me. I think that I need... Oh, I can't buy a book. No, wait, I'm covered for tomorrow. Okay, I think I'll be all right. All right, I usually leave work at 3. My job is chill about it. Oh, fuck yeah, dude. I usually leave work at 4 p.m., but I also show up an hour late. Everybody else gets there at 7, and I get there at 8 because I don't want to wake up at 6 in the morning. Let's go over this victim again.
Again? Seriously, man. Fine.
So
Fire away.
What was her relationship with the mercenary?
Relationship? There was no fucking relationship. He raped her. That's their relationship.
Okay. I want him to double down.
It was like that karaoke incident all over again. Or like some of the other girls he was harassing.
Now I'm calling into question if any of their claims are true. Did he really harass anyone else? Did he... I remember... I don't remember exactly what words I used, but I remember thinking that maybe the hostess or waitress that we got to quit because we were harassing her or making her life hell at her job was at her wit's end because the murder victim was doing it, and then he died, and then we show up, and then we continue doing it, and it was too much for her. But now I'm calling that hypothetical into question. What if... Did he actually harass her, or did she quit exclusively because how Harold treated her before?
Okay, enough. All of this is irrelevant to your stated investigation.
It's not necessarily true. So, what is your relationship with her?
I know her.
He looks around, and an uncommon silence fills the room.
How well do you know her?
A small twitch in the corner of Kim's mouth. He has a hunch about what knowing means.
You can see it. Look at that. Hold on. Look at those eyes. Holy shit. Look at him. You know what he looks like? One second. One second. All right, continue to look at him. Look at him. And compare it to this thing right here. Look at this. Oh, he closed his eyes. Oh, they're there. Look at that shit. Am I wrong? Am I fucking wrong? Look at him. Look at the way he's looking at me. What do you mean you can't see? You can't see this painting right here that I'm moving around? I'm talking about him. Look at his eyes. The way he's looking at me. He's Lucifer. Get out of here, Lucifer. Fallen from heaven. Anyway. So yeah, my cat is Satan.
Well enough, Copper. We partied. She's been here for a few months.
He crosses his arms.
He tries to make it sound real casual, but the muscles on his neck tighten.
So she's not from around here. I see. Okay, that's cool. Another question?
You mean Revachol? Nah. Our Miss Aranye disco dancer.
Lucifer. That's really good, Aya.
Been staying over here.
I'm gonna write that down.
Over the winter.
Where will I write that down? Lucifer. Oh, guys, speaking of, I was thinking that would be a really good name for an emote. Speaking of emotes, 1 second. Uno momento, por favor. I added new emotes, but I can't remember what they're called. Okay, we got what is the name of this emote? Oh, here we go. Okay. We've got this one. We've got what did I call this one? We've got this one. We've got this one's really good. You can't really read it. You can if you hover over it. And then we've got this one. Oh, this is a good one. There you go. And we've got this one. Which, again, you can't read unless you hover over it. They're not the best emotes, but they're all right. Oh, we've got more. We've got this one. I thought this was cute. I don't know if anyone will use it, but it's adorable. And we've got this one, which I made. I stole it from Twitter and I made it. Here you go. Not to be confused with this one. And then the last one, what is this one called? This right here. Here you go. Okay, that's all of them. That's all of them that I added. It isn't all of them that I added. I also added this one, which goes well with this one. There you go. Amazing. Spectacular. All right. That's what I do. When I don't stream, I still feel compelled to do stream stuff. So I add a bunch of, I either make or add emotes. But then the thing is like, I'm adding so many emotes without anybody being here. And so nobody uses them because nobody knows they're there. So that means I need to use them to show them off. Oh, you mean Revachol? Nah, our Miss Orania. Disco dancer is an immigrant or a drifter of some sort. Been staying here over the winter.
Don't you give her any more trouble. She's just had some bad luck, that's all.
The fat guy blurts out.
Shut up, Angie. She doesn't need your help.
Imagine, I think if my name were Angus, I would not like to be called Angie. I don't think, first off, Angus, Angie. That's a different A sound as well. But Angie sounds like mangy, and then I'd be bullied. I don't think I like that nickname. Money, emotes for days. Fat Angus is on the verge of a coronary. He sounds like he's like the stress is gonna make him pop. Like, look at him. He's like breathing heavy, moving hard, fingers tapping, hiding his face. He's in a cold sweat. His voice is cracking. He's blurting out.
Titus gives them both a look. They fall silent. What's with all the silences? It's like these guys don't know how to feel about this. You should keep picking at it.
I think I should keep picking at it. I know an Angie. Okay. Yeah, I know an Angie too, but her name is Angelina. So she goes by Angie. You know? It's kind of a common name. Angelina Jolie is a famous one that I can think of. But is that Angie that you know an Angus? I feel like Angie is a weird and mean nickname for Angus. That's what I'm saying. Not Angie the name. Angie the nickname for Fat Angus. You said you partied. Cool, that's cool. But what did you mean?
What do you think I meant?
Was it sex? Drugs? Avoid his gaze. Drugs? Did you do karaoke? Laugh nervously. Sex, drugs, and karaoke, right? I think I'm going to say it all. I think I'm going to say this one. Like, why would I say all of them? You know what? Let's start at the top. Was it sex?
Yeah, pretty much.
So you're saying the two of you were close?
No, we just fucked. That's all. I'm not gonna give you any details if that's what you're after. So put your dick away.
Whoa, I'm looking for that Titus Hardy sex ASMR. I want him to whisper it to me. I can't believe he's hiding it from me. What do you mean, put your dicks away? What do you think I'm playing this game for, Titus Hardy? I'm trying to see what you're up to. All of that was said
He really went out of his way
ironically.
to seem comfortable with this topic. That's all you're going to get for now.
That was said ironically. I think I know her. I don't know her. She's my. She is in a room next to mine. That's all. I don't know why I would say this. Okay, enough about it then.
Yeah, whatever.
She says that it didn't happen.
Fuck. I knew that fucking whore couldn't be trusted.
Wow, he broke immediately.
For the record, Titus Hardy did not explicitly specify the victim as a whore, nor did he say anything about trusting her.
But he just did. He literally just said, I knew that fucking whore couldn't be trusted. Elizabeth, shut the fuck up.
Oh, shut up and stay out of this, Liz. He raped her. He was out of his fucking mind. You have no idea.
What are you talking about?
She's just in denial, asshole. You don't understand the traumatic experience. She's shutting down. and she doesn't fucking trust you.
Okay, what's up with all these men telling this woman how she feels and what happened to her? Is that what's happening with these characters? This is a commentary on men telling women how they feel and what to think. Like, if I go and I get from the fucking victim, no, that didn't happen, and then some dude is telling me, yeah, she's traumatized. She doesn't know what she's talking about. She doesn't trust you. It's like, okay, fuck you. Fuck you. I heard it straight from her.
Yeah, she's crazy, you know. A crazy bitch. You know the type. She's fucked up.
He's like stumbling over it now. A crazy bitch. You know the type. Crazy. I was crazy once. Crazy. I was crazy once. Crazy. What are you talking about? She was very lucid. I did think that, yes, that she's a little crazy. Cut the bullshit. She told me the truth.
Lawman, I'm at the end of my goddamn rope with you. I fucking told you not to push her. And you went and pushed her.
Something breaks in him.
Gonna fucking...
Oh, he's crazy sounding.
Hit you. Duck.
Titus Hardy.
Her voice rings through the room like a warning shot. Wait, okay, Mom. Let him throw a punch. I'll arrest him for assaulting an officer.
Everett personally sent me to take care of this. If this goes south, we'll all be in the
A threat?
shit. But you, Titus Hardy, are going to be buried. Am I understood?
A threat on Titus's life. We will kill you if you fuck this up for everybody.
The room is so quiet you could hear a pin drop. The rest of the cafeteria has gone quiet, too. Someone has to rush in to break the tension. The second in command.
Look, Copper. We know that that fuck was a rapist and a killer. We got him confessing to it on tape. Show it to him, T. What's the harm, right?
He says to Titus, who is still breathing heavily. But did he confess to sexually assaulting Klasia? That's the real, because they're claiming that they killed him because he sexually assaulted Klasia. Did he?
Here, jerkwad, listen to this shit. And then come back and tell me the soldier of the apocalypse was an innocent man.
I don't think he was an innocent man. I'm not saying he's an innocent man. I'm saying you are a murderer. That's what I'm saying.
This is their last play, this tape. Their story is in tatters, a mess. It might be nice to listen to, but at this point, you don't need to.
Why should I care about the tape? You lied to me. So, what's on this tape? Where did you get this tape? Where can I listen to this? That's enough for now. I'll get back to the investigation.
You don't care about evidence. The fuck are you a cop for, then?
But I have evidence.
Pigs, T. They don't care about getting the truth. They care about getting convictions. They are fucking keeping a score on their bulletin boards.
I won't be on your bulletin board. If you don't listen to the tape, we got nothing to talk about.
Where'd you get the tape?
You think we go into this shit deaf and dumb? You RCM aren't the only ones who know how to bug people. There's no university degree for that.
So you've bugged them. How?
We have machines.
Machines?
Logistics. How do you think a harbor works? It's advanced stuff.
I have a computer. I know how to open up a Google document.
Understood? You've listened in on their
Isaac,
communication.
welcome to the stream.
How long?
Since way before their chief started taking swing lessons.
Things got nice and quiet after that.
Pineapple on pizza. Howdy, howdy. Meowdy. Which one of you is doing this advanced radio work then? I think I get the picture. That's interesting.
It's not advanced. You just hold up in a coop all day, writing down what they say. It gets hot as hell in there.
They said that they have wiretapping and advanced technology, and they just put Fat Angus somewhere and made him write it down.
Don't put yourself down, Angus. It's important work.
Yeah, man. You're like a radio genius or something. Those notes are some in-depth stuff. Indexes and shit.
Okay,
Don't
great.
forget your tape, lawman. Compliments of Titus Hardy.
He pushes the little tape toward you with his giant hand. No thanks, Titus. I can get this wrapped up better without it. Fine, I'll listen
You
to
do
it.
that. Oh, and keep it. Maybe you'll need a reminder of human ugliness someday.
I'm going to take off now. Okay. I wonder if the tape is actually even worth listening to. I don't think that I don't think it's the confession that they think it is. Advanced surveillance equals Fat Angus crouching in a shed. 100%, dude. That's all that it is, which I think is hilarious. Okay, cool. We have a tape, and
the compact tape player is still and silent. Seems it has completely broken down now.
It's literally spinning.
The machine was made in Revachol by a company called Le Mercier. Their logo depicts the triple-towered Delta skyline. It was supposedly built to last. There's no fixing this one.
What?
This would have been very helpful with the Megamix, but it isn't anymore.
Yeah. Any
My
ideas?
kinema only comes with radio. Let's try to find a new tape player. Perhaps we should talk to Roy at the pawn shop.
Okay. I don't have any fucking money for that, dude. You know how hard it was for me to not sleep on the street the past tomorrow and the next day? I have $20.68, and since each night is $20, that means that I actually have 68 cents. You think I can buy a tape player from Roy for 68 cents? What does this game want from me? I wonder what the money-making potential in this game is. Like, I bet you there is a
Hello again. How can I help you?
YouTube video out there that is like, how much money can you make in Disco Elysium?
A tape? We have boom boxes for sale that will play it. Check the shelves.
Okay. Goodbye, kitty. In the dark, a film projector is whirring away. A bust of a woman. The plaque simply says DEI. Oh, that thing that got banned in America. Some kind of machine, an antique cash register. This is clothing over here. How about over here? There's one shelf right here that I could look
You
at.
see rows of toy soldiers.
Wait, this is a tape
guarding the
player.
rest of the
Here we go. Tape player right here.
The boom boxes on the shelf look well loved and well traveled. Chipped, dented, they stare at you with the unblinking eyes of their tape reels.
Stand on the tips of your toes to see more.
One especially catches your eye. Deep gold and amber plastic with a big old handle on top. A classic boombox that says Stereo 8 approved. Just make sure it works before you buy it.
Shopkeep, this Stereo 8 approved machine here. Are you sure this is all in working order? Can I just play a tape on one of the boomboxes real quick?
Is the Harman Welshi W2.
Wowshi.
Made in Vespa. Designed in Seoul.
Seoul.
Plays all reel-to-reel formats. 2mm, 8mm,
12mm.
It's even got a little radio in there.
12?
12 rounds.
Fuck. Can I just play a tape on one of the boomboxes real quick?
Sorry, man. I can't be giving out freebies. Never have, won't now.
Can I have a discount on this boombox? A police discount?
A discount? I do have to keep the lights on.
Yes, Salty, I'm a broke-ass bitch.
12
I
rounds.
know.
Careful. You can only do this once.
Let me hit you with this. 4 real. What do you say? I think I will... I'll do 10 real. I'll do 10 real.
Sounds like a rip-off, but okay.
Yes!
I can make it 10, but
Here's
no
the,
lower.
here's the money for the boombox. I will do 10. I will do 10.
And here you are. Quality sound reproduction on
Fuck.
the go. It'll play anything, wherever. Turn any tape into a conversation of sounds and shapes.
Alright. Interact. Just spend half of our net worth on this shit. It better be fucking good. a magnetic tape acquired from Titus Hardy. It supposedly holds a recording of the Mercenary Task Force radio communications recorded via de-encryption station. It not a good open. Requires a boombox to play. And I have one. I have a boombox. Is this it right here? Look. Yo, I'm sorry. I'm fucking in it, dog. I look like... Look at me. What is happening with my character? Let's go outside. I look fucking sick. Honestly, with the glasses, let's stand out in the street. Look at me. And it's playing music. All right. Let's play the tape.
The porter reel is just what you needed. The reels attach to the apparatus with a satisfying click. The tape is routed behind the magnetic reader. You push Command Set, and the tape starts spinning. Violent static and machine sounds fill the air.
This isn't Revachol. This is a fucking village. I can almost see the elephants.
Another loud screech. Some kind of machinery.
The harbor. That's the sound of a Kvalson crane.
When this shit is done, I'm gonna tear that place up. Soldier of the Apocalypse style. Kill shit. Dogs and chickens too. Gonna run a room, Cordy. A real nice one. I don't give a shit. I'm fucking done. I'm done mentally. I'll fucking do them all in. Rape that disco cunt on the counter. You know, the dance a whore upstairs. Do it Kohoi style. Never did get that taste out of my mouth.
A click, then silence. The rest of the tape is empty. So this is not a confession of anything.
The lieutenant presses the button marked Arrête on your porter reel. The tape stops spinning.
What was that at the very end?
End
Silence?
of recording.
What do you think?
It seemed authentic enough. Probably recorded off the shortwave, then edited to seem more incriminating. He sounded like he was on patrol around the harbor walls.
I agree. He also sounded inebriated, but he did say he was going to do it. You can't edit words into someone's mouth. I think he sounded all right, just lighting off some steam.
Still.
The lieutenant looks at the tape. You are familiar with this look now. It's his look of suspicion.
There's more going on here than we know.
Who's this Corty?
Corty could be short for Cortenard, one of the other mercenaries, the one he was talking to. Probably the mountain at the harbor gates. Mr. Right to Work.
What's
The
Cohor?
village on the Samaran Isola, in South Safre. Grad committed war crimes there, the kind of thing he talks about.
Right, and we heard about them. You think he was there?
Who knows? Maybe the tattoos would have an answer. We would need to know the story of this man's service.
Yes, we already know it. Okay, then what now?
I think we've got a few more questions for class here, don't you? This seems to contradict her testimony, at least to some degree.
Right, because if... I wish we hadn't heard about the war crimes, but they do put into context the way that he acts and talks.
Tunes itself back to the cherry radio again, spewing out beats like it's a Friday night.
Why did you jammies just now? Okay, so that's interesting because let's unequip this. Can I equip it in the left hand? I can! Wow, I like that. So, him saying that he's going to go crazy and sexually assault Klasia, to me says, was this recorded before they started their sexual relationship? Or did they have one at all? Why would he say that he's... And also, why would... He doesn't. If they had a relationship and she talks as if she loved him, or had feelings for him, or is sad that he's dead, or whatever, this, that, and the other, then why in that recording does he talk as if he does not know her? He calls her the dancer, right? So that tape recording must have been long before, or not long, but before they started their thing. Can I pick up these bottles? Nice. Hell yeah. That's what I wanted. Yeah, give me your fucking trash. Any other trash around here? Okay. I guess we'll find out right now. Whatever Klasia says is what will define how we go about this.
Officer, it's a fine day for questions.
Titus Hardy. Let's talk more about this so-called assault.
Not my favorite topic. How about we...
She puts her coffee cup down.
Titus Hardy gave us a recording where the deceased states his intention is to commit that crime. She puts her coffee cup down.
With a soft ring, as the porcelain meets the metal table.
Did he? I never said he was a good man. Or that
We
he
are
had good
still on
intentions.
day 2.
Only
Yeah,
that
right
he
here.
was never bad to me.
He was never bad to me. On this tape, he specifically identifies you as the target.
Where did they get this recording exactly?
It's intercepted radio chatter of the deceased, recorded via de-encryption station. It's authentic enough.
Does he say he's gonna do it Soldier of the Apocalypse style?
Those are the exact words he used.
Yeah. That was practically his pickup line.
She picks the cup back up.
Did he say whores a lot? Was he pretty much on the verge of doing it Kohoi style?
Yes, the word whore was used.
He liked the way it sounded when he said it. As to Kohoi,
The young woman lights a new cigarette with the butt of her old one.
he wasn't actually there. He didn't do a tour, or at least didn't tell me he did. Would have been overkill anyway. He lived his own little Kohoi. It wasn't his everything.
What does this mean? But what about the story? What about the war crime story? Okay, but he could have just not told her about that. He lived his own little Kohoi. It was in his everything. Are these like the people who they didn't actually go to Afghanistan, but they tell stories like they did? Is that what this is? Why say things like that? Machismo? Do you think he was trying to scare people?
Yes, was he bragging?
Oh no, I'm pretty sure he did all those things. Then integrated them into his idea of normalcy. To keep on living. Until they just sort of turn into his, what's the word I'm looking for?
She's quite observant about the human character. Trained to observe, even.
Did you learn this from studying Orangese? Orangese lit sounds psychological. Coping mechanism, catchphrase, persona.
People who go to university know how to use words like internalize and integrate.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Now, what was that expression?
There's more to this. She has an index in her head of pathologies and how to exploit them. I can almost see her turn the pages.
I'm pretty sure he did all those things, then integrated them into his idea of normalcy to keep on living until they just sort of turned into his catchphrase? Persona?
Running joke. I was gonna say running joke. And it sounds like you didn't even get the good bits. Lely's punchlines got way, way funkier than that.
So she was into that.
It was like the Seminese conflict, the Kohoi massacre, and the 36 famine in Yezut all rolled into one person, then cast in Orani's ceramic armor, which he wore in bed and in the shower.
That's disgusting. Actually disgusting. Weren't you afraid? You like this kind of stuff and you spent time with this person romantically?
We're all scraping up any happiness we can find, officer. Going around with our little scouring sticks. You, your first love, Mr. Kohoi here.
This is, I'm going to be so real, disgusting.
Did he tell you he had actually done any of those things? He and Martinez, I mean?
No. We were too busy laying waste to our own nervous systems to direct any of the fury outward.
She thinks.
He seemed happy, I guess. At ease. As much as a man like him could be.
What kind of man was he? Before you go, ask for details. She seems okay to talk about it.
So she's not denying that he did all of those things. The story we heard about chopping up the child and eating her breasts is probably real. And Klausya is saying either she was into that or she didn't care because the sex and the drugs were too good.
Thank you for clearing that up, miss. Whenever you're ready. I'm interested to hear what Titus Hardy has to say now.
She takes a very small sip of her coffee and smiles.
Now that you've had some time, can you tell us more about the victim?
Like, for example, his name?
Actually, officer, I didn't know his name. I just called him Lely.
A nickname?
I guess. He came from Lelystad. It's short for that. And it was his army name, apparently. He said his real name wasn't his. I tried to pry it out of him, but it was no use.
I feel this way. And I have met people who feel this way, but not just about real names. Like, I have a friend who went to prison for a couple years, and he, upon his release, the day that he got released, to his family and his friends, that is his birthday. To the government, the day he was born is another day. So when I text him happy birthday, I text it on his release day. Because that's his real birthday. You know what I mean? I'm not saying my real name isn't Crawl. What I'm saying is that your real name or your real birthday or your real whatever is what you define it as. What is significant to you. You know what I mean? So, people, I've met a lot of people who are like, I hate my name. And I'm like, just call yourself something different. You don't even need to be like, oh yeah, my name is Theodore, so everybody calls me Theo. I don't like Theodore. I prefer Theo. You know what I mean? You don't even have to be Theo. You could be like, nah, dude, I really like the name Michael. It's not even my first or middle name. Just call me Michael. That's what I want to be called. You can just do that. Just do that. It does not matter. Hi, Bumner. Welcome to the stream. I don't even know Bumner's name. I don't know any of your names. In my mind, when I think of you, which I do think of you, I literally just like go, Salty. Your name is Salty. Oh, your name is Aya. Oh, your name is Solstice or Bumner or whatever. Or Minnie, right? Like, I don't think of their real name. Real names? Who gives a shit? You want to be called Salty Cajun, or you wouldn't have chosen that name if you didn't like it. So that's what I'm going to fucking call you. You know what I mean? Same thing for this. He said his real name wasn't his. I agree. Hate the guy. This guy's a piece of shit. Probably should have died a long time ago, but I mean, I agree with that one sentiment of his. Make sense? That's what I'm trying to say.
That's a good start.
The lieutenant writes it down in his notebook. People have called me salty so much I've started perking up whenever someone says that word IRL. Me too. Crawl. Whenever I see it in a game, whenever I see it in a book, whenever I hear it in anything, I'm like, me? When people say my real name, when people say my name, I have a lot of names, actually. And when people say my legal name, I don't even register it anymore. It's been years. It's been 7 years since I've used my legal name for anything other than filling out paperwork to the government that I've even bothered using that name. And the apartment complex yesterday said my legal name, and I was like, who? Huh? I had to I brain farted for a minute. Yeah, no, don't. That's my biggest fear, man. That's my biggest fear of people that know me in real life finding my Twitch. Because they don't know. I'm not going to go to every single person I meet and say, if you ever see me online, don't call me my name, right? Because, like, I don't want them to know that I have an online presence, right? But, yeah. Just, it's a hard line. It's a hard line, I guess. It's a difficult topic to navigate around. Trying to remain anonymous or to present my online persona and no other persona is a difficult thing to maintain when, like, you never know, man. Someone could find me just randomly scrolling through Twitch and just fucking drop my name or be like, hey, aren't you my coworker or something like that? I had a nightmare like a week ago that one of my coworkers came in and said, hey, aren't you my coworker? And then they just fucking doxed the shit out of me. It's a real fear, man. It's a real fear. I have I don't have respect for it, but I think I envy maybe a little bit the people online that just say their name. They just go by their name like their 3D physical persona and their online persona are one and the same. It's weird to me. I don't want that. I don't want that at all. You know what I mean? It makes me uncomfortable. But there's some people like here's a good example. YouTuber Joshua Wiseman. His YouTube channel is just Joshua Wiseman. You wanna? What's his name? Oh, I don't gotta worry what his name is. I don't gotta call him some moniker or call him by his YouTube channel name. His name's Joshua Wiseman. That's like my one fear. That's my one thing that gives me like real anxiety.
We have a few questions you can help us with. A few things a field autopsy alone can't answer.
The young woman cranes her neck, trying to catch a glimpse of the page the lieutenant passed to you. On it is a list of autopsy observations recorded neatly in blue ink. Everything left to be clarified is in the column on the left.
Where is Lelystad? The place, I mean.
In Oranje, officer.
Oh, so they're the same. They're from the same place.
Municipality is the term. A nowhere town there.
The Lelystad municipality has few boroughs and even fewer cities. It's made of agricultural plots near the border of Gottwald. Executive summary: cows, silos, and wheat. Oranje? Oranje's map of waterways? This fits with his tattoo.
You were almost right, officer. That means his race was Occidental, not Mondial. I'll update the form.
Lieutenant shakes his head like you just missed a shot in darts. That's interesting. That means his race was Occidental, not Mondial. I'll update the form. Look at Klasia. You were both from Oranje.
Yes. We were compatriots.
Maybe that's why they felt a kinship.
Did that bring you together?
Oh, well, there we go.
No. He was too old for that. And from another part of Oranjenrijk.
What the fuck?
I didn't even understand his accent. What brought us together wasn't Oranje. It was bad habits.
I hit enter ages ago. I feel that though. Sometimes I cringe when I hear my legal name. That's why I just choose a new name. I'm considering choosing a new name as well. That would be my third name. That would be my third real life name. And my 10th online name, if I decide to go by that online name. I'm trying to think. Life has been very long. I've been on the internet for a very long time. And it's only going to get longer. But I was talking last time about working at the current job that I have for a year and then moving to an Asian country to teach English and just saving up money for a year. By my calculations, if you know, whatever happens, I should be able to save like 11 grand, which is not a lot of money, but it's enough money to move to another country and have money to like buy furniture and food and stuff and survive for a little bit while I wait for paychecks to start coming. So I've talked to people who have gone to like Japan, and they said that they started with 5 grand. So I feel like 11 grand would be fine. I'm thinking about going to Japan mostly, but I would consider Korea because I am Korean, though I don't speak Korean. And one of my coworkers actually taught English in China for 5 years, and he loved it. He would have gone back if COVID didn't happen. He came back for family business in 2019, and then COVID happened, and he hasn't gone back. But he's like, I'm still thinking about doing it. So he loved it, and I would consider that. But Japan is, I guess it would go Japan, Korea, China, Thailand, and then I haven't thought about any other countries. If I had a more marketable skill set, like computer programming or engineering or something, I would probably maybe consider a European country instead. But if I had that kind of skill set, I wouldn't really be worrying about money, and I would probably be doing fine in America anyway. All that aside, thinking about changing my name when I move there. Just going by a different name. All new everything. And nobody would know. That's the thing. You move somewhere new, and nobody knows who you are. I don't have to carry the baggage and the weight of who I was. Like same thing when you start a new job, when you go to university, if you make new friends, they don't need to know. I hope you go by chlorophyll. I was yesterday when it was really, or today, 2 days ago when it was really hot. I was photosynthesizing, so you know. What do you think, Bumner? Would you go teach English in another country? If you had the opportunity to teach English in, like, let's say Japan, Korea, or China, would you do it? How old was he?
He was 42.
42.
42? Are you sure? I would have had him above 50.
He had many scars that made him appear older.
I barely speak English myself. Is English not your first language? But only, yeah, probably, but only if I had the actual knowledge to speak those other languages. That's one thing, is my coworker who taught in China, he was like, if you're gonna move to another country, you gotta learn the language before you go. It is, I'm just dumb. If there's one thing I'm good at, it's writing. I'm pretty good at writing. Like, I'm pretty good at typing, and I'm good at English. I'm not very good at speaking, but I'm good at English. And I think that I could teach it pretty well. But here's the problem. Here's the real problem. Here's the lowdown. I don't like children. I don't get along with children. I'm not good at teaching children. And I know that they always start you with children. And they only want the people who have been there and have experience to teach, like, middle school, high school, college, private school, whatever. They only want people with experience. And when you start, you have to start with children. Like, I'm talking like pre-K. I'm talking like toddlers. And I just don't like children. That's been my main reason for not doing it, like jumping on the boat. I was supposed to start this year. My lease ends in April, and I was going to be gone. And I just couldn't do it, man. I was like, the thought of just being around babies and children and elementary school kids all the time, even if they're more well behaved, even if I've heard that Japanese and Korean children are very well behaved in school, I don't think I could do it, man. But that's something I have a year to consider and think about. The memory makes her smile.
We even celebrated his birthday like some weeks ago. It was a funny 2 days. He had little reason to lie to me.
Looks like you were right, officer.
The lieutenant taps on his notebook once, as though assigning some kind of point.
Points are good. Have one you
Points are good.
Before we all die.
I did not know this was a competition, Kim.
It isn't. Police work is a cooperative sport.
That's true.
This is clearly sports for him. Something like archery or darts.
I think it's darts. It's still about getting hits, right? and not missing. I'm going to let it be because I don't want her to feel weird.
The young woman looks at you, then the lieutenant, then you. She's enjoying
Bumner.
this.
I can't believe that you just said that to me. And also, I totally agree. I have actually read online that is like a real worry of a lot of these schools and government entities of bringing in people like that they actually worry about that, which is mind-blowing to me. I can't believe that we have to actually worry about that. That is a thing that people actually... I don't want to talk about this. That is a bad thing. TOS. I don't want to talk about it, but that is mind-blowing. That is something that they have to actually worry about. Not in my Christian Minecraft server. His eye color?
Blue. Light blue. They were like...
She stops.
Like little blue galaxies, you know? It was strange, seeing those eyes in his fucked up face. Pardon the swearing. I do him an injustice. He wasn't ugly. And he had a beautiful, soft voice. Very surprising, what with all the scarring. It was quite something, watching him speak.
Okay, lady, I have heard his voice, and he sounds like a caricature of a drunk, like, hick. Like a caricature of, like, a MAGA hat wearer. You know what I mean? He did not have a soft, beautiful voice.
He had a combat wound on his chin and mouth?
Yes. Severe. It made him look like half his face was cracking away in some strange smile. That and those eyes.
So he looked like a serial killer from like a horror movie.
Oh, yes. His hair, if you can remember?
It was light brown, almost blonde. He darkened it with brilliantine.
What the fuck is that?
It's oily. Not nice to stroke. I couldn't convince him to leave it alone.
He had a tattoo. What did it mean?
Oh, that.
It was Orani's map of the waterways. It was a map of his service history. What did it represent, do you know?
Sure, waterways. It was mostly for showing off to chicks, though.
How so?
How? Imagine him lying in bed. Freakish musculature laid out on the sheets. Scarred, of course. Tattooed. The sheets are dirty for some reason.
Because he's disgusting. Because he's wearing his fucking armor while fucking you.
Is this Orani's lit?
He's smoking and drinking, of course. And his chest and shoulders and arms are studded with stars. Tens, hundreds of them. Maybe even thousands.
That is kind of a cool tattoo idea.
And the woman goes like, "What was this, baby?"
She points at the air with her sharp-nailed finger, picking out an imaginary tattoo star.
And he says, "That was too hardcore. Don't ask me about that." So she goes, "Okay, but what's this, baby?" And he's like, "Saw some bat shit there. Killed some loincloths."
Gross.
And so it goes. Star after star, port after port, third world country after third world country. And he's done horrible things in every single one of them.
And she's into that. Oh my God, he murdered innocent third world country citizens. Oh my God, in a war that they could never comprehend or understand why, because they have oil or some dumb shit. Oh my God, I'm getting wet thinking about it, that he's fucking murdering loincloths.
Oh,
You were the woman in this? Can you tell us precisely what these mean? Hand her the photo.
No, thank you. I've seen enough of him dead. I can tell you what they meant without looking at them.
She pours herself some more coffee.
Go on.
He was a blue-eyed boy with thick arms, from a small town. He was also poor, and the government of Orania needed some people killed, so they turned him into a grotesque killer. For money. He went to Killer Academy in Vredefort. Then
Killer
he killed some
Academy.
people on the Seminine Islands. And on other islands, too. All of the islands. After this, he came to Revachol and got killed himself.
Not a very fun story. Good story, thanks. Thank you for clearing that up.
Change of topic, perhaps?
She looks over her shoulder to the sea, then back at you, smiling faintly. Perhaps, miss, it was the communism that killed him? I think we're finished with this line of questioning. Hand the lieutenant back his notes. I think so too. The lieutenant puts the slip back in his notes and observes the young woman for a moment.
Coolly, gracefully, she pours herself more coffee.
I need to talk about your room again.
Yeah?
There's nothing there
All
for
right.
me. Let's return to this later, miss.
Wait, stop. That man, bloated beyond all recognition, was 42?
That's what she said, yes.
Below the damage, the weeks of decomposition, all the swollen indignity of mortality.
We're talking about ourselves here.
He was 42 years old.
Where's this going?
How old are you?
Yeah, I knew it.
That's where this is going. 45,000 liters of raw alcohol has left its disfigurements. What lies beneath, you wonder?
A lot of this can go away. That's the thing, like, drug abuse. You'll never be back to how you were before you started, but a lot of it can come back. If you quit drinking, if you quit smoking, the blackening of your lungs is reduced. I remember seeing, like, here's healthy lungs, here's smoker lungs, and here's the lungs of someone who stopped smoking at 40, and then they lived for however many more years. Your body has a way of recovering from even the worst things.
You could ask either one of them.
Kim, how old do you think I am? Turn around. Miss, how old do you think I am? I got this, my age. I think I'm going to ask her. I feel like she's a good judge.
Huh. How old do I think you are?
90.
She's buying time to formulate the best answer.
I don't know. 40? I was like 9 when OO peaked. That was what, 19 years ago? I liked them when I was 9. You couldn't have liked it when you were 40.
True.
Let's say you were 20-something. 25. A good disco age. 25 plus 19 is 44. I'm gonna say you're 44.
Hi, oh my god. I forgot I was connected to the store speaker and went into your stream and it played the store. Hello, Mini Jelly's job. Hello, everybody at store. What did they hear? What did they hear me say? Did they hear me talk about drugs? What did they hear me talk about? Did they hear me talk about smoking? What did they hear? Oh, shit. Oh, that's pretty bad. We were talking about some fucked up shit. Oh, well. That's hilarious. Holy shit. What did they hear? Yeah, you have to ask. Because, Minnie, I was talking about weird shit. So you're on break. Well, they won't know who I am. But they might find out that you were watching Twitch. And then they might find out about your Twitch. I was talking about weird shit. I was talking about irreversible damage from drugs and smoking cigarettes and alcohol turning you into a corpse. Anyway, welcome, Minnie. I take it you're on break right now? Welcome to the stream. 44 sounds like a good age.
Wow.
Wow. 44? I'm young.
Absolutely. Age is just a number, man.
This is a loaded statement.
Yes, miss, but for him that number is 56.
I'm 56?
Wait. This requires scientific measurements.
Bring it on. I'm not afraid of the truth.
To the laboratorium.
Okay, all right. I would like to do that. How many points do I have? I have 2 skill points? Cool, let's do it. Date of birth generator. 7 hours? They didn't understand it, all right. Okay. Your face looks like it's 58, but your body feels like it's 60. Your mind feels like it's lived for 1 day or 100, both longer than they ought to be, the day and the century. But for how long, then, has this thing attached to your sentience walked the planet's crust? Time to start racking those brains of yours, Elder One. When and where were you born? Awesome. Oh, God, look at that art. Ugh. All right. Minnie, look at how cool we are. Look at how cool we look. And check this shit out, Minnie. Check this shit out, Minnie. Oh, fucking, let's see. Oh, so cool. With my fucking stupid, neat office shades. Man, what a badass. Ah, yeah, baby. All right, let's see what we do now. Door Gunner Megamix. Talk to Titus about the Door Gunner Megamix. Listen to, oh, that's the name. Oh, okay, understood. Did you blast some tunes? I listened to a man describe that he was going to horribly assault a woman, which was not a very fun experience, if I do say so myself. Minnie, why didn't you tell me that this game is actually very depressing? This game is actually very depressing, like sad and uncomfortable, and I haven't found any good.
It's you again. What is it?
I'm intrigued by the story and I'm drawn into it, but I'm also yes, okay. It's the greatest thing ever. Okay, all right. Don't worry, you will. I believe. So I talked to Klasia about the tape. And nothing. She stands by what she said.
That fucking fucker.
That fucking fucker.
You're the worst cops in Revachol. I gave you gold on that tape.
You caught him off balance. Push, and he would give way.
Gold? It was just locker room talk. It's not evidence. It was dark stuff, but it didn't prove anything, and it didn't change your mind. Yeah, it was bad. Honestly, I expected it to have more effect. She pretty much laughed it off, Titus.
Fucking fuckity fucker. What did she say then? That it's fine. People are supposed to be like that.
Is there a light, or a light covered by blood? That's what it really is, Aya. We think that it's a red light, but actually it's a white light that's been splattered with my brains. Oh, Minnie! Guys, if Minnie doesn't beat Radiance, I'm going to commit Kermit Bleach on stream. And Gaycom, if you guys remember him, is going to do commentary live on stream in Minecraft. So be there for that. If Minnie doesn't fight Radiance, be there for that, okay? Minnie, can you confirm? Please confirm. We don't have a date. I'm beating Radiance when I come back. Okay, well, look, until it... Okay, all right. Until it happens, it's still on the table, all right? I will... You got it. Let me... Hold on, everybody. Hold on, everybody. I have to do this. Here you go. Here. Ta-da! Ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba-ba. I did screenshot it, Minnie. Don't call me a coward. You won't even fight Radiance. You're calling me a coward. You only have 8 days until Tomb Raider comes out. Fucking fuckity fucker. And what did she say then? That it's fine? People are supposed to be like that? It did not come as a surprise to her, and she definitely wasn't scared. Actually, I think it made her a little nostalgic. If anything, she seemed turned on by the whole door gunning thing. I am gonna say this one, because that's the truth. I think that it did make her nostalgic, but it seemed almost like the more violent and cruel he was, the more that she found him endearing, which I think is morbid.
Yes. In fact, I think she thought it was a little funny.
The lieutenant looks at you, then him.
Funny. No good goddamn psycho whore.
Elizabeth, are you about to chime in and say that he didn't call her a whore?
Seems like they wanted to give Klasia a second chance to play along. She still didn't.
They're gonna kill Klasia. They're gonna kill her. That process will be long. It's not as long as you think it is. I have to get my dream nail to level 1200 and get void hard. It's, if you know what you're doing, it's not that long. You better have me open in the background to give me that view. What, are you going to stream today? You're not streaming today. No, Minnie, if you're going to do that, I'm going to watch. You think I won't postpone a stream to watch you? I'm pretty sure everyone here will be there. I'm pretty sure Salty and Aya will watch that shit. I don't know. I'm not going to speak for them, but I'm pretty sure. But if you can't, well, now I won't. You know what? I'll get on my alt accounts. Okay? I'll give you 3 views. Ooh, Aya said they'll move to it. Not today, Aya. Whenever you finally do it. Force raid. Everybody, we're going right now. It's to be determined, everybody. We'll probably be done with this game by the time that happens, to be honest with you. Oh, your break is over? Bye, Minnie. Ask them what they heard me say. Wow, Minnie had a 5-minute break. Man, working in Canada must suck. She got a 5-minute break. Unbelievable. Seems like they wanted to give Klasia a second chance to play along. She still didn't.
All right. All fucking righty then. I guess it's good then. That fucking...
Please try to control yourself in the presence of visitors, Titus.
Her voice is a bit softer than earlier.
This is just perfect. Just fucking perfect. Any thoughts on this, lawman?
Titus rubs his chin with his palm, as if trying to grind it smooth. I think you had a lie planned, but she didn't play along. Maybe she isn't who you thought she was. Maybe she's still in denial. You know, like a defense mechanism? Be straight with me, Titus. What really happened?
Nah, I know her. She's just a girl.
I'm just a girl. She's not some helpless girl. She handled the mercenary well enough. She's a hardcore party girl with a bigger death wish than mine. I guess you know her. I guess you do know her then.
Handled him? Got into some
she handled him all right. She handled him all right. Because this game loves to talk about how much she fucked the mercenary. She definitely handled him.
Yes, we heard all about it, and the fact still stands. You were more disturbed by the tape than her.
I don't really understand what the point of all of this was. I thought that this was supposed to be like a union thing. I thought this was like the union getting back at the company, Wild Pines. But it's more and more just seeming like Titus killed a guy, and then it fucked up all the union's plans, and now the union is trying to like cover it. I really don't understand. Is it all tied together, or is it not? Is it because she was fucking him, or is it not? Right? Like, I don't know. I guess I need to keep playing.
I already told you. We fucking hanged him.
We all heard about it, and the fact still stands. You were more disturbed by the tape than her. Be straight with me, Titus. What really happened? I already told you. He puts his giant face in his hands and sighs. We fucking hanged him.
There's less gusto in his voice now. His men, too, are growing increasingly silent. The man is slowing down. Looks like a bad blood sugar crash. He can't keep track of all the variables anymore.
Come on, Titus. The stakes are too high here. There will be blood on the streets. The tribunal, remember. I know you're tired. Why don't you just...
You know what? I am tired. I'm tired of you. Them.
He's gonna kill her.
The whore upstairs.
He's gonna kill her.
Next time you see her, tell her Titus said, "Fuck off!"
Wow, that was much faster than I thought it would be.
This is the petulant rage of someone who's at the end of their wits.
That lying, scamming. We're done. This is over. You understand? Your little investigation is over.
You're so convinced that we are the killer. As Titus is literally confessing to the murder. You're like, no, just wait.
Yeah.
There's a silence in the room. Elaine starts saying something, then thinks best not to.
On the floor, beer drips out of the can into a small puddle. No one does anything about it.
What is this quiet funeral shit? All we need is some beers in us. Bartender, 20 beers for the Dock Workers Union.
Why do we make it 40, huh? Why do we make it 100 beers? You're not loud enough.
100 beers? Now we're talking. Hoppity hop over here, cafeteria manager.
Godly. Okay, what is that? It's rhetoric? Rhetoric. Level up. What is it now? 58! +1 Everett. +1 Angus. +1 warned about the tribunal. Angus can't take pressure. Oh, right, Angus. Fat Angie, okay. +1 discussed 8th Hardy. And +1 confronted about drug trade. Okay, here we go.
Convinced
Yeah, let's fucking go. Okay.
He's being manipulated. You should know by now. Titus Hardy will never falter. But you know someone who might.
One of his boys will. That's it then. Case closed. Look around. We're going home, Kim.
Fat Angus.
That's
the
right.
Powerful guy. Mr. All Muscle.
All Muscle.
The time has come. Put him in the pressure cooker. Just remember, it's about more than Clausia. It's about these men
Clausia.
in Martinez. Their district. Their responsibility.
That's it then. Case closed. We're going home, Kim.
Huh?
The lieutenant raises his brow.
He'll get it. Go on.
Write it down, Kim. In Martinez, they just kill you because they don't like you.
Got it. Kill you because they don't like you. All because...
He takes out his notebook. Because of some chick. Because you're a foreigner. Because you work for the wrong people. Because they like killing. Ooh. All of these fit within what we've learned about these people. All of these are very fitting. But which one would strike at Angus the most? I guess, what way do I want the conversation to go? Just remember, it's about more than Clausia up here. I don't think I want to say because of some chick. I think that was Titus's motivation. But why did they go along with it? Is it racism, nationality, or nationalism? Is it because of the Union? Or is it because they like killing? I kind of want to choose this one. It doesn't feel like the right answer, but it's the thread that I want to follow.
Yeah, we liked it. It was fun, wasn't it, guys? We had a great time.
He looks around.
It wasn't for your fucking entertainment, Dennis.
He gets a hold of himself.
They kill you because they think it's funny.
They just hang you, like in the Dark Ages, and make a display of your corpse. They club you from behind, string you up, and go back to drinking. It's cool, guys. You drag them out back, light their corpses on fire, and piss on them. You don't care. I kind of like how sassy this one is.
We didn't light him on fire.
You hear the fat man wheeze.
On him either.
He's trying to get up.
That's it. That's the weak one. You flushed him out. Now go in for the...
Officer, you will be next if you don't shut up.
I haven't heard this man speak in forever. I don't think we've ever heard this man speak. You will be next if you don't shut up. The old man reaches for his belt, but his voice is strangely calm.
Firearm. A Glass 08 or a 38 caliber pistol. Either is small enough for you to have missed. He's onto you. He knows what you're trying to do.
Turn to Angus. Or what? You're gonna kill me like you killed him for no fucking reason? Turn to Theo. What happens if I keep talking? You're gonna kill me too? In this bar for nothing? Look at Kim first. I think I'm gonna turn to Theo. I think I'm gonna challenge Theo. I think Theo is gonna kill me. Get ready to redo everything, everybody.
No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm too old for a shot like that now.
You see him shake his silvery head. His calm voice is almost kind now. You hear that, Angus? They're gonna kill me too. Wait, let's go back. I want to say something else.
Suddenly, there's an awful ringing in your ears. Your body temperature spikes. You're burning all over with fear. The most terrible fear. Bigger than any before. To your right, you sense the air move. The lieutenant draws his firearm. You only manage to perform one more movement. An instinctive jerk to your left. Then, no sound. No one screams. It's impossible to say where it comes from. More dead cops.
Fuck!
Sad news from the district of Martinez, as the bodies of 2 police officers are found floating in the canal. It is believed the officers were pursuing a murder investigation, but got caught in the dock workers' strike and were gunned down under unclear circumstances. Such needless loss of life is truly tragic, a local union leader, Everett Clare, commented, and added that although the event is truly horrid, we can expect similar incidents to follow if right-wing vigilantes are allowed to run around uncontrolled and try to wriggle their way into well-organized neighborhoods.
Bumner, I thought that... I didn't think that... I thought it was the opposite. So I knew that I had the Angus angle. I knew that I did. I knew that that's where we were going. But in my head, I thought that if I confronted Angus, that Theo would step in again. And if I confronted Theo, then I would show to Angus that I can't be intimidated right now. And I thought that that would intimidate Angus more. But I see now that I should have just pressed for Angus. That's what the game wanted me to do. I thought it was flipped. I thought it was the reverse. But it's okay. Let's see if I can do that shit again. We're going to have to speed run, everybody. I only failed that one. I'm going to have to pass that, which means we might have to save scum. That one. I know, I should have saved. It's okay. It's okay. Whatever. Who gives a fuck?
Officer.
All right. More about your room. There's nothing.
Right.
Talk more about
Not
the
my
sword
favorite
card assault.
topic.
She doesn't want
How
to.
about
Talk about this. Cool.
Did he?
It's intersect.
Does he say he's gonna do it, Soldier of the Apocalypse? Yeah. Did he say whores a lot? He liked the way he wasn't actually there.
Yes.
Oh no.
She's quite observant about the human character, trained to...
Running. He was like the Seminoles conflict, the Kohoi massacre. We're all scraping up.
Did he tell you?
No.
What kind of...
Thank you for clear.
She takes a very small...
Like for his...
Actually,
A nickname.
I get.
Lelista. We have a few questions.
The young... Everything left to be...
In that.
Leilstad. Rani.
You were almost right, officer. That means he's...
Yes.
Did that...
No. He was
42.
He had met. We even said.
Looks like you were right.
Points are good. Have one, you old dog.
It isn't.
This is...
That's too pinball for me. I just like to get autopsies right on the first try. Where were we?
Blue. Part.
He had a
Yes.
I clicked the wrong thing.
It was light brown. Oh, sure. Service history. It was mostly for showing off to chicks, though. How?
Is this...
I clicked the wrong fucking thing.
He smoked, and the woman, and he said, and so it goes. Oh, yeah. No thank.
Go on.
He was a blue. He went to Killer Academy in Vredefort. Then, change of topic, perhaps?
All right.
Coolly, gracefully, she pours herself more coffee.
Okay, that was it. And then we click this.
Below
yes.
How old you could ask.
And then we asked her, and she gave us a number. And then Kim cuts in. 34, I'm young.
Wait. This
I'm not afraid of the truth. And then we did this, and we got one of these, and we unlocked it, and we said yes, and then we did this, and then we did that, and then we clicked here. And now we're back. Okay, we're almost there, everybody. We're almost there. luckily, we're not nearly as far back as we died last time. This is not that bad. I should have saved. Not gonna lie, I should have saved. I really thought that it was flipped on me. I thought that doing the Theo thing was like such a smart idea. I thought it was gonna give me what I wanted. Quick save. All right, talk to Titus.
It's you again. What is it?
Okay, what do we do? I need to do everything the same. Everything the exact same. I talked to Klasia. She stands by what she said.
You caught him off balance. Push, and he will give way.
She pretty much laughed it off.
Fucker.
If anything, she seemed turned on.
Funny.
Seems like...
All right.
Please try to...
This is just perfect. Just fucking perfect.
Maybe she isn't who...
I know her. She's just a girl.
She handled the mercenary.
Yes, we heard all about it, and the fact
then
still stands. You were more disturbed by the tape.
This one.
There's less gust. The man is...
Come on,
You know, next time.
This is...
Yeah.
On the floor.
What is? How do we make 100 beers? Now we're talking. Hoppity hop over here, cafeteria
Okay,
manager.
and then we leveled up on rhetoric. And then we had a 58. Here we go. Please.
Classy.
No! All right. Reload. No big deal. No big deal. No big deal. I hate that I have to wait for him to stand up like a bastard every single time. Why does he have this circle here? It looks like he got stabbed and he's bleeding.
And
she stands by it.
You caught him off balance.
She pretty much laughed it off.
Fucker.
She was turned on.
Funny.
Seems like...
All right.
Please try...
This is just perfect.
This one...
Yeah. I know her. She handled it.
Yes, we heard
already.
There's less gut. The man is...
Come on,
You know, next time.
This is...
Yeah.
On the floor.
What is? How do we make 100 beers? Now we're talking. Hoppity hop over here, cafeteria
Okay, here we go.
manager.
Rhetoric. Level up. Done. Please, pass, please.
Classy.
Son of a bitch. Fucking come on, game. Don't do this to me. I passed it on my first try. Don't do this to me. Come on.
It's you again. What is it? And that
You caught him off balance.
fucking fuckity fucker.
Yes.
Funny.
Seems like they want...
Come on, game.
Please
Come
try-
on.
This is just perfect.
Let's go ahead and level this up.
Just fucking perfect. Any thoughts on this? Nah. I know. Handled it
Yes, we heard
already.
There's less gut. The man is...
Come on,
You know, next time.
This is...
Yeah.
On the floor.
What is? How do we make it 100 beers?
100 beers?
Hoppity hop over here,
Come on.
cafeteria
Come on.
manager.
Classy.
Are you fucking kidding me? Bro, I have better than 50-50 and I failed 3 times in a row. Pass the first time, fail every other time.
What is it?
Yeah, hurry up. I'm losing patience for this. All because I died. Oh, I died.
And
Now I have to do all this bullshit.
that
You caught him off balance. Push, and he will give way.
fucking fuckity fucker.
yes.
Funny.
Seems like...
All right.
Please try...
This is just perfect. Nah. I know. Handled it
Yes, we heard
already.
There's less gut. The man is...
Come on,
You know what? Next time.
This is...
Yeah.
On the floor.
What is? How do we make it 100 beers? Now we're talking. Hoppity hop over here, cafeteria manager.
Come on, please.
Convince
Finally.
Titus
Finally.
He's being manipulated.
Oh, shit. And I can't save. I wish I could save. If I die again...
Know someone who...
one of the boys.
Fat Ang, just
Yes,
remember,
Fat Angus. Okay, let's
He'll
go.
get it.
got it. Kill you.
Because they like killing
They kill you because they think it's funny.
and piss on him.
We didn't lie to him.
That's...
Officer.
Fire up. He's onto you. He knows what
Okay,
you're
all right.
trying to do.
We're back. Turn to Angus. Or what? You're gonna kill me like you killed him for no fucking reason?
We didn't kill him. We didn't even hang him. He was dead when
I knew it! I knew it! I knew he was dead before they hung him. I knew it! Let's fucking go!
Angus!
He was dead before you hanged him.
Daddy! Say one more thing to the cops and I'll...
The little guy hits Angus on the back of the head. A loud slap.
Dennis, stand down, or I'll beat your head in. Theo, take your hand off the belt. This isn't 31. I've got this under
We
control.
knew it, Salty. I've got this under control. Yeah, right, Titus. The room falls quiet. So quiet, you can hear Angus wheeze.
Angie, where's your goddamn inhaler? You sound like you're dying.
I left it home. I can't get it. I'm too fucked. I'm sorry.
He grabs his chest.
Why are you so fucking fat, Angus? Now it's all pointless. Because of you. You wasted my time. I told you, Titus. I told you just give her up.
She turns to him.
Lizzie, your help is no longer needed here. Go tell Everard.
Fine. I'll tell him. After a long walk along the coast.
You're in. He's all yours. Questions.
Kim, we did it. Kim, we did it. So you didn't kill him. He was already dead.
He nods.
You hanged the corpse to cover up the real cause of death. What was it?
We're not sure. Probably a bullet. The wound was difficult to see.
The coroner and his assistant are wrapped in blue. Hands covered in blue gloves. Mouths covered by blue masks. Bodies by blue aprons. The coroner wipes his brow, scalpel still in his hand. Get the light. Shine it in his mouth. He tells his assistant. The coroner squats to better see the light illumines the darkness inside. Well, shit. Can't blame them for missing that. Get the saw, Alan. This just got fun.
Why?
'Cause the girls asked us to. They were in some shit.
The girls.
Girls plural. There's another girl. 2 of them. Take note of this. They'll probably say more about her later.
It was the girl that quit. It was the girl that used to work here behind my picture where Gobert is, or whatever his name is.
Did she kill him?
Cop, I have no idea. The girl says she didn't.
What happened Sunday night?
Classier came down. She seemed really out of it. Drugged up, even more than usual. Bug-eyed and gurning, you know?
Gurning?
Not in a fun way. It looked like she'd redosed after something went down. I've seen that look before. She was scared. I knew someone had died.
How'd you know?
I've done this job for 10 years. I've seen it before. It's the politician in the motel room with the dead hooker scenario.
True.
Only in reverse.
Good analogy, boss.
The rat-faced man snickers.
You don't get to talk yet, Shanky. You're still on the bench. And you keep taking it easy too, Angus.
He turns back to you. What happened then?
We went upstairs. Sure as day the Merc was dead. There was a bullet hole through the window.
That's why the window was perfect.
Dirty sheets and bottles everywhere.
He means they'd been fucking?
Tibbs patched the window. And the corpse. We hanged.
Who's Tibbs? The 8th Hardy?
Nah, he's my brother. He's in the window replacement business.
If Claudia didn't kill him, why the cover-up?
You may have noticed our girl's in some shit of her own.
I didn't notice anything. What kind of shit are we talking
Can't
about?
show up on police radar kind. There are people after her. From the old world. Where she came from.
These people, who are they?
They're powerful. Connected to the moral intern. She's clearly afraid for her life. Says if she showed up in your systems, she'd be ghosted away.
I see.
And why would you help someone like that? By taking on a murder?
Why would I? I guess we abide all sorts of runaways and losers here. It's a Martinez thing.
Because he was fucking her. And he caught feelings, is what I'm guessing. So, who killed the Merc then? Any leads?
Not yet. Just some ideas. She says the shot came from outside, behind the window somewhere. So that's a clue.
Did his crew member kill him? What are you thinking?
I'm thinking someone's past caught up with them. Either hers or his.
Hers, you mean?
I mean the people after Klausya. Maybe the shot missed. Maybe it was meant for her.
Why did they not try again? It's been a week. If Klausya is still alive, then why have they not tried again? I think that it was his history.
I like that. Been thinking the same thing myself.
And you had ideas about his past too?
My dude. One of those mercenary buddies of his could have done it.
I was thinking something.
Training. Years of bad blood, probably. Or it could have been someone else from Crenell.
But I don't think it was the scab leader. I don't think it was the big man. It could be the third member that nobody knows where they are anymore.
Tell you what I'd do. Check out the coast for vantage points. Maybe consult with a ballistics buddy of mine. That's what I'd do. If I wasn't too busy doing this clown dance with you.
These theories, not bad. Don't buy either one, but still. This guy's not as dumb as he looks.
I don't buy his theories either. They're not based in enough fact. Whose idea was it to hang him anyway? Hers?
In a manner of speaking.
Remember the two girls? He may be talking about the other one.
Earlier you said the girls asked for your help. Was this the other girl?
That's right. It was her idea to hang him. I liked it for political reasons. It sent a good message.
Anybody played Omori in chat? Don't spoil anything. Do not spoil anything. Omori, good game. It's her, isn't it? The drug trafficker, the missing 8th Hardy.
Fella, you think too much. He's off all right. You're gonna hurt your head.
No, it all connects.
That woman is just affiliated with the Hardy Boys. You don't know her, anyway.
You know, it's okay for there to be a Hardy girl, Titus. Understood. Can you tell me anything about her? Name, current location? You're going to stonewall me if I ask anything more about her, aren't you?
Nope. You're not getting to her. It's Klausya you want to talk to.
This means that she's exactly who we want to talk to. Thank you for this, Titus. I'll go talk to her for the last time.
You do that. Hey, cop. Before you go, Klausya, came to Martinez to hide. Many of us did. This is where you wash up when there's nowhere left to go. The Union takes you in. Now, she refused that protection. But
you would still prefer we didn't take her away?
That's right. If we didn't take care of the people who end up here, this place would just be a couple of ruins and some cargo containers.
I understand his desire to maintain this and his kind of pseudo honor about it as well. If everyone protects everyone, then no one has to fear. If I keep your secrets, you keep mine, right? But life does not play that way.
We'll take that into account.
The lieutenant slides his notebook into his coat pocket and turns to leave. Where do you think he keeps... What coat pocket do you think it's talking about? Which one? Come here. That one right there. Hey, he's got his notebook right there, doesn't he? In one of my favorite jackets. Not the one that I showed on stream. In another one, I have right here. I have a fucking pocket. And I keep my book in there. It's perfect book size for the books that I'm currently reading, which is books that are about this big. And much thicker. They can be much thicker, but about this length and width, not depth, though. And I love it. I'm just chilling, and I was reaching my jacket and pull out my book. Oh, love it. Okay, all right, let's talk to Klausya one more time. I am calling it right now on the record. I think Klausya is going to die. I think that the Union is going to kill Klausya. Or someone is going to kill her.
It's always good to see you.
It's been 20 minutes, Klausya. She cracks a weary smile, leaning back against the railing.
Something in her demeanor has changed. She's tired, consigned to her fate, to being here with you and what's to come.
She knows. Oh yeah? I think you're gonna fart. Okay, alright, Bumner. Good one. Everybody farts, Bumner.
I understand.
The Hardy Boys told us what really happened. She puts her coffee mug on the table. We got a tiny little fucking table.
Just like that. No resistance. Her shoulders are slouched, her feet long and straight.
You don't look surprised. You were expecting this? You sent us on a runaround. You lied to us, miss. Chill, I'm the cool cop, remember? Actually, did she lie to us? I don't remember her ever really saying that Titus killed him. Just that she was tired of seeing his dead body. I don't think she ever really lied to us. I do think she sent us on a runaround, though. But I think that it was kind of necessary. I love this painting right here. This is a very cool... I love that right angle right there. And then you expect it to keep going, but it doesn't. I like that. You don't look surprised. You were expecting this.
I knew there was a chance you'd get them to tell you. It's what you do. You're the police.
I am.
For what it's worth, I'm sorry for wasting your time.
It's all right.
This is good. Clear the air first, between you two. Then move on to questions.
I agree.
Is it? Something is off here.
You think so?
Shush. I can't hear what she's saying.
If you knew we would find out eventually, why did you waste our time?
Because of the Hardys. I couldn't just dispense with them. They were only trying to help me. Out of the shit I'd gotten into.
That's not a good enough reason. Cool, I'm satisfied with the explanation. I'm not satisfied with that explanation. If you wanted to protect the Hardys so much, then why did you instantly contradict their statement of the sexual abuse?
You're right. There's more.
Tell me more.
You answer to the coalition government, and by extension, the moral intern.
She reaches for a new cigarette.
Briefly glancing over her shoulder to the sea, as she's done time and time again. A grand expanse of water reaches over the bay and to the horizon. Wine dark in the evening light.
What lies beyond it?
The Pearl, the Muindi Isola, the Occident, and then Oranje, the old world.
Is that why you're looking over your shoulder? You're afraid of the moral intern? What's the RCM's involvement with the moral intern got to do with this? The RCM isn't the lapdog of the moral intern. You don't have to worry.
You share a database with them. You send people to their courts.
She lights the cigarette. What's going on? What did you do?
Just business. But bad business for some people in the moral intern. If I show up in your records, officer, they will find me. They will...
So it's the same thing she told Titus.
What happens if they do?
They will kill me, sir. If you file my name, take me in for questioning, enter me into the moral intern mill, well, then I'm fucked. For nothing. This murder didn't have anything to do with me.
There's a wince and a pained little smile. She just involved herself with the wrong person, and he died. And now she's fucked. But that doesn't mean she's innocent. We have to find out what she did.
Actually, this murder did have a little to do with her.
I think it did. What did you do to have these people after you? These people? What happened here the night he died? Why did you call the cops if you're hiding? When was the window changed?
It's not nice, but it's not illegal. Not here in Ravishol, or even in Oranje.
What exactly did you do?
Industrial espionage. I joined a business collective with the intention of betraying them. I did my job well enough to be asked to do it again, with a bigger company. The kind you really, really don't fuck with. I took their ledgers, 2 decades worth of accounting.
I see.
I need the names of the companies involved and who hired you.
He taps on his notebook.
The job was Lewsdoen County Savings Bank. They sound small, but they're part of the Lewis Scott conglomerate. That was the second job. The first was some printer company. You wouldn't know them.
Loose cup.
As to who hired me for the job, I don't know. But they're after me too, along with Luskop and their friends in the MI. Once you're done in the competitive intelligence circuit, you don't have allies. You're radioactive.
You know too much.
Lowe's Cap. These people engineer financial disasters in second world countries. The conglomerate also includes the Bank of Consecration, Airberg, and the popular Papalolo line of dairy products.
This word right here, Lowe's cup, if I were to read this word, like let's say I was reading a book and just encountered the word, I would say loose cup, loose cup, maybe. Not Lowe's cup, not L-O-O, like O-O sound, not Lowe's cup. And that kind of reminds me, right now I'm listening to the audiobook for The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring. I'm on the first one. I just got to the part where they're like, Frodo says, "I will carry the ring," right? I just got to that part in Rivendell or whatever. Rivendell, yeah. And they're doing a lot of like storytelling, and they say a lot of elf names, and they talk about the Silmarils and stuff. And I'm listening to it, and a lot of it is lost on me, truthfully, because a lot of it is like, they just kind of say the word and then they move on. They just kind of say the thing and then they move on. Or it's said in poetry, or it's said in a song, or a tale, or a story, or like an allegory, right? It sounds important, but because I have no frame for which to analyze any of it, I'm really struggling to like retain anything. Unnecessary filler. That's what it feels like, but it's not unnecessary filler because I know some of the lore of the Lord of the Rings. I've watched some YouTube videos. I've watched some. I've watched some breakdowns, some explanations, and I've played a bunch of the video games, right? Like Shadow of Mordor and the second one. I know that I don't know exactly what they're referencing, but I do know that a lot of the like stories that they're telling and the songs that they're singing have importance. Like they talk about like how the rings were made, or the history of the elves. Or they give like they'll mention that a character is old, but it's really in one of the songs about that character that you find out that this character isn't just old. This character was there when the rings were made. You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing. I don't know if that's actually true, but that kind of thing. And this is kind of happening with me too. Like I encounter words in The Lord of the Rings where I'm like, what did he just fucking say to me? What is a Silmaril? You know what I mean? And if I were to see Loskab in a book, I would have no fucking idea what that word means or the significance of it or anything. And if it weren't for like these brain things like encyclopedia or rhetoric or whatever to further elaborate, if we were just going straight off of her talking, it would be a much harder game to follow. Like The Lord of the Rings, it would be a much harder story to follow. Not to say that The Lord of the Rings is a very hard story to follow, just that like when they start doing a lot of the backstory stuff, that's when I'm like, what the fuck is happening? It gets muddy pretty quickly if you don't know all the lore. That was a large tangent, I'm sorry. Los Cap. These people engineer financial disasters in second world countries. The conglomerate also includes the Bank of Consecration, Airberg, and the popular Papalolo line of dairy products. Papalolo! I'm sure there are people who have done much worse than that. Serves them right. When I am king, this savings bank will be the first against the wall. That's fucking gnarly. What a crazy statement. You're right. This is bad. You've destroyed what people have built. It's a lot of shit you've gotten yourself into.
It is. Many people lost their jobs. Not just C-suite. Ordinary people. What I did to get to accounting...
She shakes her head at the thought. You know, going back to this choice, it seems like the safe choice, but what I have learned in my life in jobs, in relationships, in friendships, in anything, school, business, whatever. Accusatory statements are usually not the right choice to make unless you have like very strong evidence, right? Or a very strong reason to. This seemed like the most appropriate answer, whereas the other answers were like, you did this. You fucked up those people. You fucked up those businesses. You did this. You know what I mean? And I'm getting a little bit of that. This might be confirmation bias, but I seem to be getting a lot of that in this game as well. When I choose aggressive statements or accusatory statements, they don't serve me very well. So I feel like I'm choosing like the boring answers, but I also feel like I'm choosing just the answers that like people who are trying to uncover the mystery would choose, not people who are being guided by their emotions. So if you think my answers are boring, let me know. Get in the comments, but there's the explanation for them.
A lot of people got hurt, but that's just more of my shit you shouldn't have to deal with. You're solving a murder.
That's true. What happened here the night he died?
We were there. Together. In bed, I mean.
Tell me exactly what happened. There's a literal boring cop stat. If that's not your highest stat, then you're okay. Okay, all right.
Okay. He was in a kneeling position.
Oh, no, she's getting into
He had
detail.
just
Okay,
entered
all
me.
right.
I was on my back, looking at him. I heard the window behind me shatter, and I turned to look. There was a hole in the glass. I turned back to him. His eyes were looking through me, and his mouth was open. Dumb. I could see. I could.
Her chest rises and falls with each word. She keeps herself together and says it.
I knew he was dead before he fell down on top of me.
Okay. This is something that I have encountered in a bunch of different media and a bunch of different stories of the person dying while like you are in them or they are in you, and it is always the most like horrifying thing to imagine. It's just like if I tried to put myself in that position, because that's what you do when you empathize with characters, right? Is you are putting yourself in that position. You are trying to understand the emotional, context of it. And honestly, the way the conversations go in this game go really similar to what was basically cultural bedside manner in healthcare. What do you mean by cultural bedside manner in healthcare? What do you mean by that? I thought you were going to say it's happened to you. No. I have seen people die, but I have not had anyone die while they are fucking me or I am fucking them. No. But it is, in my opinion, a very, very horrifying thing to imagine. And I've seen it in a lot of media. How do you talk to a person of blank culture whose beliefs include not doing blank, but they really actually need exactly that? Do you have an example, Bumner? I'm trying to understand what you mean in context of the game. How do you talk to a person whose entire family wants them to blank and are the ones paying for the care, but the person themselves wants something else? Okay, I'm following. Do you have an example of what you mean? Like, what do you mean? What do you mean by that? I knew he was dead before he fell down on top of me. Then what happened? It's not about if you don't want to. All right? That's another thing about being a cop, being a detective. I shouldn't say cop. Being a detective is sometimes you just have to push.
He was heavy. I pushed him off and he fell to the floor. There. He only had his boots on.
So they didn't strip him.
The pillow, not to scream. Then run downstairs.
There's a long pause. She just stands there, her arms at her side. We're standing in the fucking rain, and the rain is making this more chilling. he only had his boots on, so they didn't strip him.
I waited for the second shot to come. For me. I thought there would be one. It never came.
She's forgotten about her cigarette. The butt has burned right down to her fingernails.
I need to cut my fingernails. I'm sorry this happened to you. Are you sure you're not making this up? That's a motherfucker. We're going to need more details. Are you sure you're not making this up? What? In Indian culture, they're really big on feeding newborns formula instead of breast milk. And so some couples want to go for breast milk and ask their doc how to do it. But grandma, mom, dad, grandpa, who are also there at the clinic, say, no, the baby will have formula. Okay. And so you're saying the way the conversations go in this game go really similarly to what was basically cultural bedside manner in healthcare. Okay. I'm understanding your point. Why do you say that that's how conversations go in this game? How do you approach this conversation? If you make an accusation, they may not come back for care. Okay. Yeah, I am now understanding. I am now an understander. Because I do not understand their culture. I'm not a part of it. It's completely foreign to me as the player. I'm choosing to take the less aggressive route because I have no idea how they will react, is what you're saying? I agree with that.
She looks down with a wince. Her cigarette has singed her fingers. She throws it away and immediately proceeds to light another one.
What time was this? When did it happen? It would help us if you could be as precise as possible.
You know, I actually have a... I don't know if this is the exact same thing you're talking about, but I do have a similar story. It's just, yeah, there's something I don't agree with happening, but I can't really do something about it rashly without compromise or causing turmoil that no one wants. Right. Because, and it's a very difficult thing to navigate because it's like, I don't want to just tell them how to breastfeed because that'll cause a lot of problems in their family. But also, why is the family there? And also, why don't they want to just do formula, right? There's a lot of things that I don't understand, and so I can't really answer that question. That's a very difficult question. It reminds me, as I was saying, of I had a employee. He was a foreign exchange student from India, and he discovered after coming to America that he was gay, but in the culture that he came from, in the family that he came from, gay was like something that they like scoffed at, something that they refused to believe or acknowledge and did not care for and thought it was like the stupid, unheard of, just like, no, that's not a thing that happens. You know what I mean? So for him to be gay, he asked me, he was like, how should I tell my parents? And I was like, the only thing I could come up with is like, do you have to tell your parents? Because I had no idea. I had never experienced that culture. I had never been in that situation. I could help him coming to terms with it, finding a community, making gay friends, stuff like that, you know, talking to him about different groups that he could join, different whatever available at the university that I worked at. I could do that much for him. But when it came to how should I tell my parents who are in India, I had no way to help him. I couldn't even... I could humor it in my mind, how I would do it, but I'm not him. I didn't come from India. I wasn't raised in that situation. You know what I mean? Very like... It's just too hard for me. So your messages reminded me of that scenario. I don't think he ever told his family. I think he went the route of it's not really their business. And he's in America and they're in India. So he doesn't need to tell. Who gives a shit? And I think he never told them. It's been a couple years, or at least he never told me that he told them. So I mean, to be honest with you, sometimes that's the right choice, but I wouldn't know what works best for you. I'm not you.
11:30 to 12:15. I don't know the exact time. Around midnight.
It's okay. Were you inebriated?
Not as much as usual. He'd done a line, plus other things. I was drinking.
No, he was very connected. He was the only boy. He had a lot of sisters, but I believe he was the only son. It was a very complicated scenario. He thought that he was just this way. Wouldn't his parents push him to get married eventually? Yes. His parents did. He wanted to stay in America. He wanted to go from being a student visa to getting a job in America that would get him a green card, a work visa to stay in America, where he could then work on getting a green card and becoming an American citizen. He didn't want to go back to India. He would be fine with visiting his family in India, but he wanted to live in America. But his parents were like, once you get your education, you come back to India and then like continue on the route that has been chosen, essentially. So yeah, eventually he will have to make that decision. But I haven't spoken to him in about a year. I know that he graduated college about a year ago, and I haven't spoken to him in a while. But I don't know. I mean, yeah, but who wants to incur the wrath now? Right, especially when he was worrying about graduation. He was in grad school. He was worrying about getting his master's degree and doing internships and doing, project-based work because he was a data analyst. And he was worried about all this stuff. Does he really need to worry about that right now? Oh, how am I going to tell my parents? That's kind of what I told him. I was like, look, man, you got so much going on. You should bring him on stream. Let's pivot to a talk show interview style. I don't trust him not to dox me. He's kind of a goof. He's kind of a goofy guy. I don't trust him not to dox me immediately. So, unfortunately, no. If I were a different person, yes, I would bring him on and we would do a whole segment where it's just me talking to him and we hear what Chad has to say. But unfortunately, I'm so terrified of that will never happen. I do it with people. Look, if you guys only know me as Crawl, so you would only call me Crawl. When I play board games with Wajaz, he just calls me Crawl. He doesn't know my name. He doesn't need to. My name's Crawl, right? So if I brought him on, I would never worry about him doxing me. But if I brought a real person on, a non-internet entity, you'll never get that. You'll never get that out of me. It will never. I couldn't even imagine. That would be like peeling my skin off.
Wait. Titus said she was gurning her jaw off much more than usual.
Titus said you looked pretty high.
Oh, yeah. I did one of his lines, just to clear my head.
Did you hear or see the shooter in the course of this?
No.
What'd you do then?
Nothing. I was trapped. I was stuck in my room downstairs. I got some clothes on and crawled back up, drew the blinds. Blood was coming from his mouth. Not a lot, just a little. He was still on the floor, slouched. I couldn't be there with him anymore, so I ran down and out of my room, into the hallway, down the stairs. I knew there would be people there.
What happened after you ran downstairs?
Sylvie was tending the bar. A lot of people were there. The Hardys were at the table in front of the stage. I think the Union box was full. Ruby was there too. They were having such a good time.
Ruby.
I sat down and they all welcomed me. I didn't even have to say anything. Ruby knew something was wrong.
Yes. A quick line of coke to calm yourself down. I like how he dies. She pushes him off, and she's just waiting for the bullet to kill her too. And while she's waiting, she's like, might as well go out high. Does a line. Bullet never comes. So she's like, time to go party. Which I know is not her exact line of thinking, but that from an outside perspective, that seems like her decision making was a little weird there. Pepe Smoke.
Ruby?
Before we continue, who is Ruby?
Ruby. You know, the leader.
The leader?
The leader? Of what?
The Hardy Boys.
She says as if it's self-evident. I thought Hardy was the leader of the Hardy Boys.
Well, nominally, yes. Ruby's the one they go to when things happen, like things they need taken care of. She's the organizer.
Would you say she is the 8th Hardy Boy?
He looks at you.
Why not?
Okay, let's go on then. What then?
Well, Ruby said let's talk upstairs. I showed her the room. I've known these people since December. They know my situation, that I can't leave a paper trail. Ruby was the first one I told. She said she'd take care of this. It's what she does, you know, take care of things. I helped her get the body to the bathroom. We used a belt to pull him up under the shower, to keep him upright.
To mislead you, they were tampering with the body.
Yeah, they were.
To produce lividity, matching a hanging?
Yes.
We completely missed the tampering. Looks like you got there in time. What was this, 20 minutes after death?
About 20, yes. Ruby explained it would make the blood... You know what he does.
She looks at the ground, then raises her light brown eyes to meet yours. Then what'd you do?
Ruby went outside to talk to Titus and the boys.
Plop, Mort.
Looking at Lely in the bathroom. I had to put his clothes back on.
Oh.
His armor, too.
Okay.
It was tough, but I've seen him take it off and put it on many times. It took Ruby maybe half an hour to come back with Titus. I'd gotten him ready by then. They carried him out. I knew what they were going to do. Make it look like a hanging. Ruby said they would.
What'd you do while they were hanging him?
Ruby said to wait here. She also said I wouldn't see her for a while. That we should lay low or something. So I did.
This Ruby... Where is this Ruby now?
I don't know. I haven't seen her since.
We will need to take this question to the Hardy Boys.
I have an idea that Ruby is the third member of the hit squad that Lely was a part of, right? We have Lely, we have the deranged scab leader, and then they've said that they had a third member that's a woman. The third member is like super resourceful, or the third member is not around. Nobody knows where she is. And then we have Ruby, who I believe is the same person, but the hit squad is new to town. They have not given us a time frame for when Ruby has been around. They have not said that Ruby has always been there. They have not said that Ruby is like brand new, like she just joined. All that we've been given is that Klasia considers Ruby the leader because she's the one who plans and plots and fixes everything. But every one of the Hardy Boys does not talk about Ruby as if she's the 8th member, including Titus Hardy. Hardy says that they have just said that she's been around and that they could consider her, which to me sounds like a potential new member. And we do know that Lely and Scab Leader have been around for a couple months. Not a very long time. But I think that Joyce said like 3 months or something like that. Something like that. Maybe even 3 weeks. I don't know. But they've been around for a while. Not a very long time, but enough time to like establish themselves. And then Klasia has been here for 4 months. So Klasia has not been here long enough to know all of the inner workings and histories of these people. How long Ruby's been here. Why it's called the Hardy Boys, but Hardy isn't the leader. Ruby's the leader, but Ruby's not a Hardy Boy. Klasia doesn't know all this, so I can't take everything she says as fact. But I could see Ruby being the third member of the hit squad. It just makes sense. You have Lely, who is clearly on the side of Wild Pines. You have the scab leader who is stirring things up between the Union and the Wild Pines, trying to get the Union to slip up, trying to get the strikers to slip up. And then you have this group of local justice, the cops around here called the Hardy Boys, and you have the third member infiltrate that. You've blown this shit wide open. I have no idea. I mean, I don't know. This is just my theory. But I'll remember this. And if I'm wrong, I'm cool with that. We'll find out. Hey, what day are you on now, Salty? Are you still on day 4? Have you played since Sunday? We will need to take this question to the Hardy Boys. I agree.
Interesting. Why did this Ruby go through so much trouble to hide something someone else did? Look into this later.
Now, if Ruby and the third hit squad woman are the same person, then that does reduce or remove my hypothesis that the third member was the one who killed him, because we haven't seen her at all, which was just like a throwaway theory. Yes, solve it all. Whisper, can we just kill everyone? We might pull out the gun. I have a feeling we'll kill somebody. We'll kill at least one person by the end of this game. I have a feeling. When it happened, did you hear a gunshot?
When he was shot? I may have. I don't know. I couldn't hear anything over the glass exploding.
That's true.
The gunshot wasn't that loud. This is something to keep in mind when assessing the distance of the shot.
Did you kill Lily?
What? Why would I put myself through this? Insanity. Get myself cornered like this.
She gathers the last vestiges of her strength.
He wouldn't have died if it weren't for me. I know that. But I would never hurt him.
He was a serviceman. He must have had a gun. Somewhere, lying around, close to her hand.
Downstairs people have this crazy idea that you killed him. It's okay if you did it in self-defense. He must have had a weapon nearby. Did you use that?
I'm sad to hear that. They must have said it in some fit of frustration or under pressure. They couldn't have meant it. I've talked to them after it happened. No one has implicated me.
She's getting scared now of you, the downstairs people, all of it.
I don't know if I want... I feel like this is... I want to say this. He must have had a weapon nearby. Did you use it? But I feel like if I say this, I'm going to scare her into stop. She's not going to talk to me anymore. Let's find out.
No. I specifically asked him not to carry firearms when he was with me.
Okay.
He only had his stupid armor.
Okay, all right. She did not get scared.
Like what?
She waits, her light brown eyes wandering over the floor, over your face. She doesn't sound as happy to talk to me anymore. Could the people after you have killed him? Why'd you call the cops if you're hiding?
Because I'm an idiot.
The answer comes fast.
Which is an indicator of truth, idiot. She's nothing of the sort.
So you would have us believe, but you're not. I don't think so. Why did you do it?
You have to understand, the people around here, no one was making the call, and he kept rotting. And then they picked his clothes off, and that little fucker threw stones at him.
Fuck Kuno.
Her jaw is clenched. Her throat moves. It takes all her strength not to cave in and sob. Once. Just one time.
He kept throwing stones at him for 3 days. I could hear the thud.
It was Kuno.
Thud. So I called you. I hope with all my heart it's not the last thing I do in Ravachol.
So Kuno is the reason why we're here. If Kuno wasn't such a fucking meth-addicted 8-year-old, then we would have never been here.
She definitely called the cops. That was task complete. It could not have been a lie. That is impossible.
When was the window changed?
Last week. Angus and Titus's brother, I think he's called Tibbs, took care of it.
Angus and Titus's brother. Angus and Titus are related? She takes a drag.
You should have another look at that window after this. Reconstruct the scene. It's right there.
I will do that.
Yes, you see the glass sparkling out of the corner of your eye.
Could the people after you have killed him?
That's the first thing that went through my head when I heard the glass break.
Oh, you think so? Angus and Titus's brother. And not Angus and Titus's brother, Tibbs. Possibly. Yeah, that I could see it. I could see that. I'm with that. And?
I thought they'd found me. They've killed him to punish me. All last week, I've tried not to talk to anyone or be seen with anyone.
She looks at her cigarette.
So they wouldn't be hurt. I've come to understand, however, this is paranoia. What happened didn't have anything to do with me.
I don't have enough evidence to make a stand here. Either way, something to consider.
We can't go after Loscap. Not yet. There are other, saner leads.
I agree. Going after Loscap is a waste of my time.
I don't ask you to, Lieutenant. If there's one thing I know, it's that you'll get nothing from there.
I think we're done here for now.
She nods, silently. She doesn't even smoke. Just picks up the cold coffee and holds it in her hands.
The lieutenant glances at you, then at the door.
He's thinking, are we done here?
Drama legendary. In God's name, wake up. Drama legendary. Fuck it, dude. Let's try.
But we are awake, sire.
Fuck.
She has been forthcoming with sordid details women usually conceal.
Women usually
Most
conceal.
Shocking details of the sexual kind. We are a bulwark, unbreached. If you have doubts, just give us one example of deceit. Just one, and we will gladly change our minds.
If you have doubts, just give us one example of deceit. Just a proposition. Could the lurid explicitness conceal something else? Something less sensational but more illegal? Like, she's giving us details to hide the truth. By giving us explicit details about certain things, she's steering our frame of thinking in that direction. I've got nothing. You're right, wise counsel. It is silly of me to imply she lied.
Who is this personhood picking these seditious options? Can't you see the detective grows weary of your malcontent? Stop staring at her eyes and say something pertinent to the case. This is making you look like an amateur. It looks like this one's not waking up. You'll have to do it without pushing her further. At least for now.
Sorry, Mr. Voice. I guess I'll have to come back. Drama. Put skill points into drama to open this white. Okay, I'll try it. I don't really want drama to talk anymore, though.
The same small, heavy door.
Where would this lead? What an interesting door. What? Okay, so we need to... Can I
This
reconstruct?
Is pristine.
Visual
inside.
calculus. Here we go.
The golden light melts away into the blue, glassy darkness of your
What the
mind.
fuck?
In it are two neon-lit shapes, a man and a woman on the single bed.
What position are they in?
Like the witness said, the man is kneeling, the woman is on her back. It's the night of March 4th and a shot has just been fired. The man looks directly at the woman. The shot's possible directions converge in his mouth. A ray cast from somewhere outside, entering his brain.
Oh, that's how we missed. Ah, I see now. That's how we missed it. Because of the laceration from... That means the exit wound must have been really small. Or there was no exit wound. Maybe it went through the top of his mouth and into his brain, and it did not exit his skull. Where does it come from?
From the roof outside, location A prime. The glass fractures around the bullet hole. Shards face inwards like a corona behind the woman's back.
Inspect the ghostly figures. Have a look at point A, the roof.
The man does not know the bullet has entered his brain. He never will. Death comes faster than the realization. The ray cast from the man's mouth unravels into a fan of possible directions, all on the roof at first. The shot could have come from any of them. This is composite location A prime, most likely of the origin points.
I don't think I could sleep in this bed anymore. It's been a week. It's been over a week. It's been 9 days. And they got rid of the body. They cleaned up the window. They cleaned up the blood. Whatever. I couldn't sleep in that fucking bed. I couldn't do it. Shouldn't there be gun residue outside? So I'm, 80% sure the roof is where the shot was made from?
There could have been. Then the rain and slush and wind washed it away.
It's true. It was more than a week
This was
ago.
more than 72%, with a weapon that's good for medium range, like a rifle or sports pistol. This is a good short distance, but not too short. The perpetrator aimed with their back against the railing, or possibly kneeling for precision. This would explain why it only took them one shot. The lights were on in here. Outside it was dark. It was like shooting fish in an aquarium, a well-lit aquarium. The victim opened his mouth to let the bullet in. Neither of them would have seen anything outside in the darkness, too busy with their own bodies.
Also drunk and high. Could the shot have come from inside the room? A closer point. Are there any arguments against A prime, the roof?
Point X would contradict the woman's testimony, rendering the entire proposition void. These figures would be wiped out, detective. None that you've found thus far, but that doesn't mean there aren't any.
Could there have been another way, another point of origin, further away?
That's a 28%, yes. In this model, the shot could have come from a greater distance. Nothing excludes the possibility. Should we extrapolate to include every possible point of origin in Martinez?
Extrapolate the radians to include all of Martinez. There's no way that they could have gotten a shot from that far away. With the type of guns that they're working with here, I can't imagine that they could... They're not working with a fucking sniper.
You would need a map for that. A map of Martinez.
Where do I get a map of Martinez?
Bookstore. They have maps.
True.
You're thinking, what if the shot didn't come from the roof, right?
Yes.
Good. We should come back with the map and compare the landscape to the radius of the shot.
No. I'm not saying that they wouldn't work with a sniper. I'm saying based on the technology of the weapons that we have seen so far, I can't imagine that they would have a sniper that would give them that level of accuracy, that level of precision to shoot his open mouth through a window across the city in the dark into this one lit window. I just can't imagine with the level of technology that we've been working with so far. If they have automatic weaponry, why not? I guess I don't know enough about guns of this era because they had automatic weaponry in World War I. You know what I mean? They had it. They did have snipers. I wish I could ask Kim if he thinks a sniper could have done it. I wish I could ask Kim to give me world lore on if they have snipers of that caliber at this time. Because they've had snipers for a long time. Snipers, have been used for a very, very long time in war and in a lot of events. I mean, yeah, for all we know, it may not have been a bullet, but just an icicle with a slingshot. I mean, you're right. I guess that's kind of the problem with this world being like an alternate history, right? This is like it is a very different world than the world that we live in. The way that cars evolved, the way that lorries evolved, the way that technology evolved is much similar, but much different than what we have experienced in our reality. So they very well could have very powerful, very precise snipers that are muzzle loaded. I don't know. Okay, so we need to find a map of Revachol. Okay. I don't think... Do you see that bottle kind of glow right there? I don't think it was someone on the roof. Unless we find out what is behind that door to the right that's barricaded, I don't think it was a shot through the roof, because you can't get to the roof except through her apartment or that door. So if we find out that through that door is just like a storage room and there's no staircase, there's no nothing, maybe it leads to this blue door right here. Right here. Maybe it leads to the blue door. Then I would believe. Could you open the barricaded door? I tried.
What is it?
It was like a 3% physical instrument check. So I currently cannot open it. Okay, I talked to Klasia. Now I need to talk to Ruby.
Why?
He leans back and regards you with curiosity. Because she's your real leader, I'm going to level with you. She's the next link in the chain that leads me to Lutley's killer. I've seen her in a laudanum-induced delirium. The paranormal instinct whispers her name into my ear. You never know for sure, even if you fail. So you're saying I should try it? I'll go try it. Look, I need to pin this on someone, and I've decided to pin this on her. I suspect she killed the victim, that's why. A civil war is brewing, and the only way to prevent it is to solve the murder. That means talking to Ruby. She's a suspect in another case of investigating, a drug smuggling. She is a suspect. Okay, this one or this one? I think that this one might be more worth his consideration.
Sounds like you want to push this steaming pile of shit on anyone. And now you pick Ruby. Well, not on my watch you won't. Ruby's one of us. We're not gonna
Also, now you have an 8th Hardy member.
Steamroller. Fuck that shit.
And fuck you too, moral
He throws a glance at Titus as the last symbol leaves his lips. The big guy sighs.
Ruby is missing. If you hide from the police in a murder investigation, you become a suspect. You know how it works, guys.
That's nothing. That's just legalese. You don't even have a sound theory. I don't want to be rude, but we're trying to get some R&R here. Think you could fuck off now?
I think we'll keep sticking around, Titus. You'll be surprised at how quickly a theory presents itself if you keep looking.
From the corner of your eye, you see a little bird fly into the bush, right behind the window, behind Titus's back.
It's time to do this. It's time. Let's see.
Behind the dockworkers, a ceiling height window. The hawthorn branches scrape the glass like bony fingers.
Mysterious door seen. A bird flew by, wing beats. You've been here for a long time. Really, you've been here for ages.
There's a yellow ribbon tied to one of the branches. Light yellow, faded with time. A tiny splash of color in the blackness of the thicket. Hanging from it, a bronze key.
What?
Someone hid the key in the bush and attached the yellow ribbon to make it easier to find. It's close enough to the latch up there. One can slide it open and just take it. Surely not a coincidence.
Someone hid a key in the bush. Point at the window. The big guy looks behind him. I need your guys to hand the key to me. Can you let me slide by so I can grab this thing? Titus, can you hand the key to me, please?
I don't know about that. I'm comfortable here. Don't think any sliding would really help right now.
The tattooed man yawns and settles more comfortably on the bench.
Sorry, fucko. Looks like you're gonna have to go bush diving. Good fucking luck with that. The Hawthorne's got a bitch of a bite.
I'm gonna enjoy the sight of you in the bushes out there.
520,000 points, Aya. Insanity.
With a loud thud, the old man stands up, pushes the window open, grabs the key from the hawthorn branch, and slides it across the table to you.
Take the key.
The key is brass. Workshop spare.
Workshop.
Etched into its bow. The old man closes the window and sits back down in silence.
Yeah, Aya is always gambling. Very specific amounts. It's very perplexing to me.
Come on, man. We were just having some fun. Where's the harm in...
I'm tired of listening to your shit.
Thank you. Does anyone know why this key was hanging right outside the union box window? Look at the key in your hand. I wonder what door does it open.
Didn't even know it was there. Boys.
No idea.
Never even seen it. Someone must have hidden it there before this room became our place.
Don't thank me. I don't give two shits about your key.
It could open the door in the kitchen. The blue door. It says workshop spare. Maybe there's a workshop there?
It's worth a try.
Okay. Let's fucking try it. I've got about 10 minutes before I need to go and interrogate the smoking man with the open shirt.
You see a heavy steel. It could be connected. The key fits the dimple lock. It takes a bit of effort to turn it.
Okay.
All these years. But then the lock clicks.
The amount is the extra. What'd you do earlier? Oh, I see. So you're just so next time you would gamble 935 points, or would you gamble 20,900? Yeah, next time you gamble 20,000. I see. I'm following.
The darkness before you smells like engine grease and cut wood.
I thought you were hacking me. I thought you figured out a way to hack Streamlabs with specific gambles, and you were gonna hack me, and then you were gonna do something with that with Streamlabs. Let's fucking go. Let's go inside. We did it. We did it. A note. In B, the spare key is tied to the bush outside the corner room window. This pinball is white Diora. The back glass shows a female figure in mourning. $5!
Over there, in the corner.
The pinball machine?
Not just any pinball machine. This is the pinnacle of pinball.
Oh, I see.
And the mountain
okay.
goats. It's lit. You can't wait to get your hands on it.
Kim, you seeing what I'm seeing?
The pinball machine. Gordy's Goats. A classic.
Wait, you played it?
A little.
Let's have a closer look. Are we about to play pinball?
Great.
The lieutenant sighs.
Cornelius Gordy and the Mountain Goats reads the golden lettering on top of the back box. There's a small column of text underneath. The machine is coin operated.
Can I take off my pants?
Get the game on, Fingerboy. Those flippers are ready.
$1?
Above the painting of a mustached man climbing.
I'm not going to
hill,
spend it. It's not
the
going to happen. I'm not going to
reads,
spend a fucking dollar.
Inspired by the legend of Cornelius Gordy, taken on the world's tallest peak, Corpus Mundi. The Mesk legend holds that when the nation is in danger, heroic Gordy shall return and save his people.
I'm not going to spend a fucking dollar, dude. I'm not going to do it. I can't. I can't afford it. I only have $15. Pinball says, Franco-Nigerian. The theme is horses and swords.
This small elevator is dimly lit by a bulb that's been glowing for ages. The latticed cage is open, inviting you to step inside. Smells of nougat and sweat. Your head brushes
Nougat?
up against the ceiling. There is a control panel to your right. and just enough room for 2 people to fit in. The maintenance card under the control panel reads, Last maintenance, 10th July, 88. There are large rectangular buttons, monter, descend, and an international call for emergency assistance. That third one appears to be broken. A small steel plaque reads, Halter 800. Halter is a Koningsteiner lift company who went out of business a long time ago.
I wonder if what this elevator is used for. It says the last maintenance was in 88.
That it does. I say, let's brave it.
This elevator was last maintained in the future? 88. This elevator was maintained a long time ago.
At the end of the last century. Look on the bright side. If
So
you say
70
that we will
years
only
ago.
sustain minor
Ish.
injuries. I'm talking 3, maybe 4 months in the hospital. Maximum 5.
It appears his whole enthusiasm is sarcastic.
I wonder what this elevator was used for.
Seems like a small freight elevator for transporting machinery.
I agree.
For that, it's pretty quaint.
He taps on the guttering light bulb. It's golden in the dark. Close the doors and go up. Oh shit. Apartment? Small windows, taped shut with black plastic. You can't see outside. Boxes of tools and replacement parts line the shelves. Schematics for a pinball machine, futurism themed. Pinball maker's code? Yeah, I kind of like this more, but like we're very look, it makes me so much like it slims me, it trims me, it makes me look a lot more like, you know what I'm saying? Like I do not look bad, baby. Let's keep the cop shirt on. How much does that do for me? Esprit decor and shivers, empathy and hand-eye coordination. Let's keep the cop coat on for now. I kind of like the cop look. I do like that coat though. I might change it. The pinball machine has been taken apart and gutted.
So this is where they brought 40 pinball machines to fix them up. A long time ago. Everything is covered with dust now. The lieutenant looks around the dusty, crowded room, inspecting the tools on the shelf.
Looks like they gave up on fixing the pinball machine at some point. This used to be a pinball workshop.
At some point, 20 years ago, 15 maybe, before pinball went out of vogue. Looks like it. I'm guessing Martinez North 22 used to be a pinball arcade before it became a hostel. There are machines left over.
But why would the key be tied up outside?
A creak. Some dust falls off a shelf.
Downstairs in the hall, next to the main door. One of them even works. I've seen one of the Harties bang away at it.
Yeah.
But then it went bankrupt. Your skin crawls from making the connection.
Could this mean that the Whirling in Rags really is part of the doomed commercial area?
If that's true, then our cafeteria manager is not going to like it. We should tell him what we found up here, omitting that suspicion.
Maybe he would like us more. Gart.
He does not appear to be the kind of man who likes his establishment to be part of a neighborhood ghost story about bankruptcy.
Stupid superstition. But still, it would be interesting to see what the cafeteria manager
I agree.
thinks of this.
He did say he was very curious. Okay, let's see. Oh, footprints!
You clearly see footprints in the downy carpet of dust covering the workshop floor.
Jackpot. These, unlike everything else here, are new.
Someone's been here within the last week or two.
3 weeks maximum, from the dust coverage. It could easily have been 1 week too. You know, officer.
He looks at you.
It was a stereo investigation after all. It has now converged with our main investigation, adding a new fact to consider.
Okay, what does this mean?
It means someone snuck through what seems like a secret roof.
That's what I was saying.
The roof from where you
Yes.
can shoot our victim.
Yes.
This prints, officer, could be the prints of our killer. And if not, at least there are good argument for this Ruby doing it, to present to Titus.
Let's have a closer look then.
Large prints, most likely made by Boots. The size is hard to determine. Sole could be bigger than vamp. The soles have left a pattern, uniform, horizontal lines. One person has been here. They've gone back and forth. The tips point both ways.
Which means they had the key. They went up. Had the key, went up, shot him, unbarricaded the door, shot him, went back, barricaded the door, went back down, locked it, tied up the key. Hi, New Chills. Welcome to the stream. So, then it wasn't a sniper. It was someone close. The only way you get that accuracy, in my opinion, is if you had a very, very long, accurate sniper with a very, very good scope, or if you were just standing right there.
Shoe size is 41 to 42, maybe 43. It could be a large-footed woman or a small to average-footed man. This is, unfortunately, the worst, most vague shoe size there is.
Hey, Salty, can you do me a solid? I just remembered. I just set up. I was promised feet pics and used socks if I join this stream. Where do I redeem? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You're not going to get any of that from me. You'll never get any of that from me. Sometimes you'll see my knee. That's all you get. This is it. That's what you get right there. That's all you get. You're never getting that from me. Salty, can you please redeem a TTS? I'll refund it to you if you have the points for it. If you can't do it, I'll do it. Hi, Manny. Welcome. Thank you for following me, Manny. Thank you for following me. Oh, look. At the bottom of the screen. I set that up. Did you guys hear the hello? Did you hear that?
Big hug for Big Broog.
Bumner. Okay, it works. Okay, all right. It fucking works. Okay. I set that up on Tuesday. Joss showed me how to do it. It was very confusing, but let me refund that to you. I appreciate that. Where is it? Here we go. Reject. Okay. Show ankle and toe. No. Stop asking.
Help, I am not a TTS. Crawl has imprisoned me. Please help.
Okay, I'm not refunding that one. Stay in your jail, boy. A large-footed woman or a small to average-footed man. This is unfortunately the worst, most vague shoe size there is.
Of course. Damn.
I removed the timer when I was testing it. I'm probably going to put the timer back on. I might do like 1 minute. I feel like 1 minute is acceptable. I don't want people to just spam, but I don't want people to feel like, I TTS and now I can never TTS again. I feel like 1 minute cooldown is good enough. I also, 3,000 is a lot. I think I'm going to make it 1,000. And I think I'm going to leave kitty ears at 15,000. I think 15 is fine. That's like, I don't know. Every once in a while, you guys torment me with it back to back. Whatever. But I think I'm going to... I think I'll do that right now.
Daddy Crawl better give me those juicy toe beans. Slurper.
Slurpa? Really? Slurpa? Okay, hold on. Let me change this. Viewer rewards, power-ups and channel points, manage channel points. We're going to change... We're going to edit TTS to 1,000, and we are going to give it a cooldown of 1 minute. Okay, there you go. That should be good. Everything should be fine.
Can you guys hear that helicopter? All I hear is ba. 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 All I hear is ba.
What do you hear?
All I hear is ba.
All I hear is ba.
All I hear is ba.
All I hear is ba. All I hear is ba.
All I hear is ba. All I hear is ba.
Welcome, Wajas. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Wajas, it works. It fucking works, dude. You set it up. Everyone we can thank Wajaz for. It does. And the follower notification popped up right here. It popped up and it said Manny just followed. And I heard the hello, but it was really quiet. And I don't think I can make it any louder. I think I would need to make it louder in Premiere with I would have to edit the sound clip and make it louder and then re-upload it, because right now it's very quiet. But it's okay. I don't mind. I'm just glad that something pops up. Of course. Damn. If you're at max on the alert settings in OBS, then yeah. I am. I'm at 100%. Anyway, hi Wajas. Hi Wages. All I hear is wages. The prints look like one person went back and forth.
Between that and that.
It points to the barred door. This print doesn't look like the odd-souled print we found at the hanging, Kim.
The size looks about the same, actually. They're not the same shoe, but they could be the same person.
You can't get over this guy? The dude? You mean the main character? This is the main character, Wajaz.
I wouldn't rule out Ruby coming here yet. This isn't an argument against her. People change shoes, you know? But it's not an argument for her either.
That's true. It is. This is him. This is, he goes by two names, Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau, or, Harry de something. I'm here for you, not the game. Oh, I know the lore, just not the face. Oh, you do know the lore. Okay. Yeah, that's him. You're not paying attention to the game. You're just here to hang out. Well, we're getting down to it. We are actually finally discovering like huge things about this game. And I still think we haven't discovered everything. I still think we don't really know what happened. This doesn't look like the workers' boots from the hanging, does it?
No. These little horizontal lines are different. They look custom-made to me. Or some kind of foreign print. Hard to say. Still a boot, though.
Everything around you is quiet. The prints crisscross the workshop floor.
There's a tiny hole in the wall. You can see the bedroom on the other side.
You can almost see the shape of a man and a woman.
Wait, what the fuck?
Inside, bathed in drug sweat and dirty linens. Bottles lie around everywhere.
I think I can see into Classia's room from here.
You can barely see through. Better not to jump to sensationalist conclusions here.
He leans closer to inspect the peephole. It doesn't matter that I can barely see through. What matters is that I can see their position, so I can walk out, shoot him, and then walk back.
The footprints on the floor, however, definitely suspicious.
He points to the marks nearby, marked on the floor. What were those people doing in there?
You lean closer to the peephole instinctively. I bet they're doing something quite unnatural there. Sensationally unnatural. This is the inside of the barred door you've seen before.
I was just thinking, what a nice evening it is for taking.
I thought she'd say something, but she didn't. Okay, well, that was very interesting. So,
all these mesmerizing machines, just waiting to be plugged back in.
All right, let's go tell Gart. Let's go talk to Gart. And it's 2109, meaning we need to go speak with the shirt open man. I saw another thing at the whirling.
Another thing. Great. I love those.
Gart, what if I told you I got into the back room behind the blue steel door?
Oh, okay. Well, I did hear you make noise back there, so good for you.
He controls his excitement well.
He's really, really holding himself back there.
Aren't you gonna ask me what's back there?
Okay, what is back there?
Skeletons, a mausoleum of the dead, pinball machines, a pinball workshop. Nothing. The black gaping maw at the end of time.
Ha! I knew it.
I've always wondered where those machines by the door came from. And they told me there was some kind of pinball thing here too. I knew it. Were there any back there? In working order, I mean.
Why? Do you want to play? Because I might be up for a game. Didn't check. Pinball isn't relevant to the investigation. Didn't check. Pinball is stupid.
No, I was just wondering if you found pinball machines there.
He appears to be making a calculation in his head. Thinking of turning this place back into a pinball arcade? If you're thinking of selling those pinball machines, I want a fat cut, C-suite type shit. Beat your chest. I'm a disruptor. I feel a capitalist plot coming on.
No, but we could diversify the entertainment options, seeing as you've opened the door back there. The machine we have in the corner now is broken.
Hey, I'm a disruptor.
It wouldn't hurt to get a little life in here. Other than the hellish karaoke machine. That one's always causing trouble.
Okay, I get it. You don't like my singing.
Yeah, those numbers he's adding up must be making good sense to him right now.
I'm glad that I could make him make up for the damages that I've done.
Sounds like he cares about the place. He's not going to be overjoyed to hear that it's part of the doomed commercial area.
I'm not going to tell him.
He should still know. You have to be forewarned about these things.
There's a peephole in the wall.
What wall?
Upstairs in the secret back room, right next to Classia's bedroom. I found it when I found the pinball machines.
I'll have it fixed at once. Thank you for letting me know. I assure you, the Whirling does not abide spying on its guests.
I got some chicken pakora with my chicken tikka, and my God, they gave me a gallon of fried onions for $8 USD? Bro, what are you talking about? I was literally just talking to my coworker today. I was like, there's no good Asian food here. There's no good fucking Asian food here. I want to eat Japanese food. And he was like, what are you talking about? We got ramen and sushi. And I was like, I don't give a fuck about your ramen and sushi. I want to eat that home style shit. I want to eat that classic food, that's comfort food, that's like, you know what I mean? And he was like, I'm sure it's out there. And I was like, yeah, and it's going to cost me $25 fucking dollars. And he laughed and was like, you got me there. Food is so damn expensive now. You go out to eat and it's like, fuck, dude, it's so expensive. So you're getting fucking onion pakora and chicken tikka for $8? A gallon of fried onions? Bruh, I'm jealous. I can't even eat at Chipotle without spending like $12 with no chips or drink.
The color has drained from his face.
Whoa! Jesus Christ, calm down, my friend. God, he just bashed into the wall. Fuck Chipotle. I agree. Fuck Chipotle. But the food here is very bleh and expensive, like I said. And Chipotle is just expected. Like, I know what I'm getting. I know what it tastes like. A bowl fills me up. I know that it's expensive, but it's consistent. It's like if I go to Jersey Mike's or if I go to Jimmy John's and I get a sandwich, it's going to taste exactly how I expect it to, you know? And I like that. And I like that Chipotle can kind of scratch like that. I love cilantro is really what it is. And sometimes I just want to eat some cilantro and some rice, okay? And so, yes, I agree. Fuck Chipotle. But also, why are you so gross? Why are you gross? Do I need to give you a bath? He feels oily. He's gross feeling. I'm gonna wipe it back on you. You're disgusting. You're disgusting. Disgusting animal. Anyway, yeah. You know what's crazy? I'll spend like $11 at the Chipotle next to my apartment. But if I drive down the road about 2 miles, there's another Chipotle on the right, and there, same exact order, nothing different. $13. $2 more. Same exact food. $2 more. Why? Literally nothing changed except I drive a little bit further down into a more rich area. $2 more. What the fuck? And that Chipotle is busier than the one next to my apartment. Onion pakora is like fried onions. I'm referring to the same thing. Oh, I didn't know that. But yeah, it's insane. Crawl the kind of guy to just have cilantro in his kitchen to add to white rice. I do eat a lot of cilantro. I used to eat a lot of cilantro. I love cilantro. I love how it tastes. I like how fresh it is. It does not taste like soap to me. I pity people that have that problem. I pity them. I don't have that problem. You have that one gene, yuck. I'm so sorry for you, Wajaz. I'm so sorry that you have to deal with that. I love it. I love cilantro. You know what I do have, though? I have the gene for lavender soap, lavender scent, lavender tea, any of it. It smells, it's so strong and this is a weird one. Have you ever had like a piece of steak in your fridge, that raw steak in your fridge, and you forgot about it and it turned like kind of gray and brown, and then you smell it? You know that smell? If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. That smell of meat gone bad, where it turns like gray and brown. That is what lavender smells like to me. Almost exactly. Like when I smell lavender, my brain says it's rotting meat. It's rotting meat. It smells like a carcass to me. And so like I can instantly pick it up when someone's drinking lavender tea, when someone used lavender cleaning products, when lavender scented trash bags, lavender scented detergent or candles, any of it. My brain picks it up like immediately. So in my house, I only have citrus. Citrus is, I love citrus. I love how bright and fresh it smells. I like citrus fucking shampoo. I like citrus detergent. I like it all, dude. Lavender lemonade is great. Well, to me, it would taste like rotting beef lemonade. That's what it would taste like. One time I offered someone some sanitizing spray, and his GF nearly started gagging because it was lavender. Bro, it's a genetic thing. It's a genetic thing. Today I learned. Apparently, I Googled it because I was like, why does it smell like rotting beef to me? And apparently, it's very similar to the cilantro thing. Rotting beef lemonade. Beefinade, yeah. You know that they actually, they used to make beef tea. There's a YouTube channel I watch called Tasting History with Max Miller. Check it out. He's really good. He takes recipes or like the history of cheesecake, and he makes cheesecake, and then he talks about the first cheesecake, and he tells the history. And he made a video on beef tea. Basically, they would boil chops of beef, and then they would throw away the beef because it's been boiled into oblivion, and they would strain the remaining soup, and they would serve that to patients who could not eat solid food, thinking that you were boiling, the water was absorbing all the nutrients from the beef. I had a drink that tastes just like a hot dog. That's so weird, Haya. So you're saying you had hot dog water. You're an OG, though. What does that mean? I love Max Miller. He's one of the channels that I stay watching. I can't believe you drank hot dog water. What do you mean by you're an OG? I've made so many things he's done. Oh, Everlasting Syllabub. I've heard. Yeah. That video was interesting. Didn't Everlasting Syllabub have egg white in it though? Like, didn't it have like beaten egg white? Am I remembering? It was good but weird. That's interesting. If you remember the like proper name of it, let me know. I've never made anything that I've ever watched from a YouTube cooking show, but I do watch a lot of them. I watch a YouTuber named Anti-Chef. I watch Binging with Babish. However, I think I'm going to unsubscribe from Binging with Babish. I'm starting to get exasperated by his content and the sponsors that he chooses to keep. And I watch Cooking History with Max Miller. I used to watch a lot more. I used to watch this guy named Ethan Klebowski. I can't remember his food nerd or something like that. I don't like his recent content. Yeah, I don't like that he. Oh, it might have been heavy cream, not egg white. It might have been heavy cream. I can't remember. I need to watch the video again. I don't like Binging with Babish's. He's kind of following the path of Good Mythical Morning, where they had that phase for like a couple years where all they did was like review Cheetos recipes or we're going to eat every flavor of Oreo. And it's like, okay, that's boring as fuck, dude. This isn't 2015. What are you doing? You know what I mean? It had cucumber in it. And yes, the hot dog had cucumber. What? What? That's so weird. I've never been big on, like, Chicago style dogs. You know what I mean? So there was a hot dog and a cucumber in the water. No. I was saying that they had a drink that tasted just like the hot dog they had in Europe. So the hot dog had cucumber on it, and the drink they had tasted like that hot dog with the cucumber on it. Am I understanding that correctly? I remember because I got orange blossom water just for it, and it sat there for years unused because it only came in like 12-ounce glass bottles. And as I was moving out of college, I got tipped over and broke. The whole apartment smelled like orange blossom. Chatting, by the way. That sounds like a really good smell, though. I am I like tea a lot. I like weird teas. Like, I like teas with flower petals and berries and orange peels and stuff in it. Not a big fan of black tea or red tea. I like green tea. I think I like white tea. I think. I haven't had a lot of pu'er, P-U-E-R, pu'er, the Chinese tea where they like do the tea that they drink most often for like tea ceremony and sharing with people. Dry red teas and black teas and stuff like that. I think I like that. I do not like American sweet tea or unsweet tea. I think American tea tastes bad. The stuff you get in a gallon. But I love floral teas. I really like teas made out of berries, as I've said. And I've been kind of blessed because my job has a lot. They do coffee and tea, and they have a lot of tea types. And so I've just been drinking tea for the past like 2 weeks. I've had like 2 or 3 cups a day of different tea. And I've recently discovered this like blueberry tea, and it's weird tasting, but I kind of like it like a lot. I kind of really like it. It's called blueberry hibiscus. I don't like Earl Grey. Maybe I need to try a better quality Earl Grey. My go-to for hot tea is Earl Grey. I like Southern sweet tea, but as something that isn't tea. So you like it not as tea, but as its own thing. Oh, okay, so it just tastes like a hot dog with cucumber. Yeah. I'm following. The drink had no hot dog in it. Just tasted like it. That's funny. The color is drained from his face. Why? Oh, are you sure you haven't been spying on your guests? All right, you've been notified. No, he didn't know about the room. Why would it be him?
Thank you. I'll patch it up personally. Was there something else about the establishment? I hope not.
I'm not going to tell him about Klasia in room 3. And I'm not going to tell him about the doomed commercial district. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do it. Okay, it's 21:15. I've been streaming for a little over 3 hours. I'm going to go for a little bit longer. I think it's time to go interrogate the shirt open man, Martin Martinez. Four streams just on day 2. Bro, look, we're going to be streaming this game for a long time. Just whatever, man. Stop making fun of me. I know that this is taking me a very long time. A maroon glow of light pollution rises from the east. You hear distant traffic. Night is falling on the city. I play slower. I spin a lot. Oh, of course. I thought you found me. Oh, of course I've thought about quitting, but for what? Gendarmerie, you found me. The young man on the balcony gives you a bright smile before taking another drag from his cigarette.
His slender figure is backlit by city lights. It's distant streets and motorways flashing like diamonds.
What are you talking about? We're under a canopy and he's facing a wall. We found a key under a stone. Was it yours?
It was mine. My friends use it from time to time to visit me.
As he looks at you, something sparkles in his eyes. Hey, have you guys ever heard of Yowie hands? Do you guys know what Yowie hands are? Here, let me Google it. For those uninitiated, let me Google this real quick. Yowie hands. You ever heard of Yowie hands? You ever heard of these? Let me pull it up. Let me pull up a good one. Here we go. Here, this is the image. This is the image of Yowie hands. This is like the description of Yowie hands. When people talk about it, this is the image that they always use. Okay, so as you can see, the Yowie hands are massive. The hand pushed on the chest covers basically the man's entire torso, and as you can see, my hand barely covers my shoulder in reality. But this is what are called Yowie hands. If you don't know what Yowie is like male on male. It's like boys love, as they call it now. They don't really call it Yowie anymore. They call it BL, boys love. But the counter version is Yuri. Yuri is still used. It's still very popular of a title for this type of thing. Yuri is usually cute girl and cute girl. If you've ever heard of the manga, I can't remember the fucking name. Very popular manga. They made an anime out of it. I literally can't remember the name. I'm sorry. Anyway, Yuri is really popular. Yaoi is a lot more popular with like teenagers, specifically teenage girls. Well, anyway, for some reason, big hands are synonymous with like manliness and strength and, you know, stuff like that, and masculinity, right? And authority, you know, all these like attractive masculine traits, I guess. And yaoi has taken them to the nth degree. And I say all of this because you see it, right? You see what I'm talking about, right? Everybody's following. Everybody's following you're picking up what I'm putting down. You're handing my yaoi. You're yaoing my hands. Everybody, right? You're following. Okay, that's all I'm going to say on the subject.
So tell me, are you here to make things right again?
That's what I'm aiming for. Yes. Honestly, I'm just trying not to screw anything up. I'm not trying to make things right. I'm trying to make them spectacular. Ignore his question. I was hoping to talk to a possible witness. Your balcony overlooks the murder scene.
Beautiful.
He says again. A nearby street lamp casts shadow on his chin, drawing out the slender cheekbones.
I have some good news for you. My Sunday friend is visiting me tonight. I told him about you and he'd like to say hello. Step in. He's already waiting.
They're going to kill me. They're going to kill me. They're going to murder me in this apartment. By the way, I'm really digging the view here. Point to the city skyline. Why would I want to meet your friend? Very well, I'll talk to him, but first I want to talk to you. I have so many questions.
That's nice, but I don't have anything to tell you. It's my friend you're looking for, not me.
He takes another drag of his unfiltered cigarette and looks around. It's getting dark, and the neighboring windows have lit up, one by one. Downstairs, a cat crosses the yard, disappearing into the bush.
Meow.
Besides, I've got to run.
Something tells you you're never going to talk to an individual this cool or mysterious ever again.
But I just found you again. Go if you must. I don't care. I don't care about people leaving me all the time.
Just look at it. It's a beautiful night. Who's going to stay in on a night like this?
Only if you promise that we'll talk again. It's important.
Something flutters in the corner of the lieutenant's mouth as you're saying those words.
Don't fucking smirk at me, you bitch.
We'll talk. Just not tonight.
Smoker assures you, brushing his hand through his hair.
Take care, all right?
Brushing his hand through the hair. He says with another disarming smile before slipping off into the night.
And he's gone again. Looks like it's becoming a theme for him.
He's always leaving. Why is he always leaving, Kim? There's something so different about him that I can't put my finger on.
Who knows, detective? It's a mystery.
He says, turning his face away from you. Let's go, Kim. We have an interview. We have to interview his Sunday
Right after
friend.
you.
And now let's see the apartment, right door before you. All right, let's see what this man's apartment looks like. Who the fuck? Okay, all right. A quarterly business magazine. This is not what I thought this apartment would look like. An empty ashtray. Governmental issues take me all over Revachol. As you can see, dishes soaked up in a pot. Something under the bed. Flyers for underground parties. Dates for open lectures at the local university. Someone is always watching. Samaran conical hat. What? I finally get another hat and it's this? I finally get another hat and this is what we get? This tawny cone-shaped hat looks like a beacon of Samaran wisdom. Its straws sticking up like antennas. Thank God you can't really see people's reactions when they see you strolling around in this incredibly insensitive headpiece. I'm not going to wear this shit. Give me back my fucking beanie. Pog, cultural appropriation. What is this? What the fuck? Expensive men's perfume linger in the air. An old photo of the same apartment dated year 01. Is that 50 years ago? Buckets of paint on a layer of old newspaper. An exquisite canopy bed made of metal. All of this is perfectly normal, a bit mundane if anything. Okay, hold on. What the fuck? Oh no. This is what you get, game. This is what you get for making me do this. Is that the right shirt? +1 logic, +1 conceptualization, -1 suggestion. Okay, we're gonna stick with what we've got. I'm gonna put this motherfucker over here. Get away from me. +1 drama, become the dragon, and electrochemistry, become an addict in a strange bathing robe. And now you're a sexy Ronin. Ah, oh god! This sleazy, silky bathing robe in vibrant blues. Blues features a roaring dragon on its front, ready to take off into the night. A red belt has been provided for fastening. It's culturally insensitive, but only for people who are not from Ciel. The real Cielites probably don't care. That's kind of true to real life as well. I feel like that's very true to real life as well. But I also truly think that it depends on context. If I only wear my kimono when I go eat at the ramen place, then it's like, okay, you're being fucking weird. But owning the clothes, wearing them in, wearing a kimono in Japan, it's different. It depends on context, right? My cat was just at the door, standing there.
Officers of the Revachol Citizens Militia.
The man in business casuals removes his cufflinks.
His hands are clean and well manicured. This is a man who knows the importance of appearances.
I am not going to wear the fucking sex robe, okay?
My name is Charles Vildrouin, and I am an official with the coalition government. I work for the Institute of Price Stabilité on assignment from Sur-la-Clé.
He said all these words, and I'm still trying to pronounce his last name in my mind. Can you say that one more time?
I heard you talking to my friend outside. Very good. Super.
Super.
I am here to assist you in any way possible. Ask me about the hanging.
Hanging? What a drag. He seems like a cultured gentleman. You should ask him about the finer things.
Point at the bed. Before we go on, I absolutely have to inquire about this wonderful canopy. Show him the silk robe. Before we get to that, tell me where you got this beautiful silk robe from. We'll get to that right after you tell me the story behind this black Samaritan hat. But you get clues for the case 10 times faster, flirt. I'm not gonna live out your fetish. All right, I'm not gonna put on your fucking lingerie and parade myself like some puppet for your horse fantasy. Maybe pair it with the fishnet shirt. You're so right. I'm not gonna ask about any of this shit. I'm not gonna ask the white man about his fucking Asian fetish. All right.
Of course. Let me just say it has been an emotional week for me.
He forms a little rooftop with his fingers. Cold air comes in from the balcony.
The lieutenant takes out his notebook and nods to you to proceed.
You actually witnessed the lynching?
I'm sorry to say I did, officer.
The man gives a solemn nod.
He didn't see the hanging. He saw the little show staged by the Hardys.
Correct.
Let him talk. He may know more than even he knows.
Exactly. He doesn't know that we know. Okay, so we need to pretend. Is it because you did it, Mr. Vidron? Vidron?
Because I did it?
The man scoffs.
He's clearly not a man accustomed to being spoken to in that manner, let alone to being accused of murder.
Don't jerk my chain, paper jockey! You did it, didn't you? My apologies, I misspoke. I mean, what did you see?
Officer, it's very difficult to describe what I saw that night. It was so surreal to me, like in a play.
What do you mean, like in a play?
The lieutenant is already scribbling down notes.
It was just so strange. I could barely comprehend what was happening. I was on the balcony when it happened, getting some fresh air. I remember that first they came in, carrying what looked like a body. And then I saw all the surrounding windows go dead, one by one. That's when I understood. I should not be seeing this.
That lines up with previous testimony, doesn't it? Well done, detective.
Thank you, sir. I think we've got the picture. Anything else stand out?
Only that there were about 8 or 10. I couldn't make out anything. It was so dark. And it was quiet. Quietest lynching I've ever heard of, let alone heard. But I suspect you knew that already. I can't say I'm surprised. The fine reputation of the men and women serving in the RCM is well deserved.
What's an official like you doing in Martinez?
The coalition is only looking out for the price stability. Inflation is a killer, like a heart disease blocking the normal circulation of the economy. It must be controlled. The economy impacts the entire international community, which is why it requires international oversight.
Okay, but what are you doing here in this apartment? So you're some kind of bureaucrat. What is this international community? What is the price stabilité? Enough business. Let's talk about something else.
Well, I'm renovating it. It is an interesting project. The building used to be a 12-story skyscraper before the cannons took the top 4 stories off. This, of course, happened when the coalition forces landed here. You could say I'm undoing some of the material damage the international community caused when we arrived here. La communauté internationale is what Revacholians colloquially call the coalition. In other words, the nations that stopped the disaster of the revolution.
And what do I call the coalition?
Your employer, technically speaking. The governing authority of Revachol. The RCM is but one part of this provisional administration.
So Sunday Friend is saying that he is part of the bureaucracy that employs me.
Whatever you wish, officer. My friend. My friend is a good young man. His family immigrated here from Kedra, and life has not been easy for him. But he understands the importance of education. He has taken his future into his own hands, and that's all that matters.
What's Kedra? How do you two even become friends? I don't care. You still haven't told me who he is. What are you doing in this apartment by yourself?
Sorry. Who?
The man throws a quick glance at his watch. Your friend, the smoker on the balcony. We were just talking about him.
But I told you, officer. He's a bright young man here to pursue his education. Education is the foundation of our future, especially the arts. It is a cornerstone of our civilization.
Fine, but what's his real name?
Officer, you have to understand. I can't give you his personal information. I'm sure you have your own methods and databases, right? Please don't put me in this situation.
Why? So all you can tell me about him is that he's here to study the arts?
He's deeply enmeshed in the study of the fine arts, yes.
Which arts?
He's a truly free spirit. He likes all the arts. Perhaps graphic design, printmaking, who knows? The world
Who
is
knows?
open wide for a talented youth like him.
So what are you doing in his apartment by yourself?
I'm just enjoying the view.
The man smiles, nodding to the window. What view? It's dark outside. Isn't it rude for your friend to leave you alone like this?
We're old friends. Nothing's taboo between us. He comes and goes. I'm sure you'll see him around. He's very active. I'm all ears, officer. I'm sorry to say I did.
He didn't see the hanging. He saw the little...
Officer, it's very difficult to describe what I saw that night. It was so surreal to me, like in a play.
What do you mean, like in a play?
It was just so strange. I was on the balcony when it happened, getting some fresh air. I remember that first they came in, carrying what looked like a body. And then I saw all the... That's when I understood.
That lines up with
Only that there were... But I suspect you knew that already. A moment. Do you have everything you need from me? I'm afraid we won't have the chance to speak again once you leave.
Why can't we talk
It's
later?
against diplomatic best practices for an official in my position to be discussing murders with local militiamen. And I'm pressed for time. After you leave, I should be leaving as well.
That's not the real reason he's so apprehensive. Men in his position shouldn't be seen loitering around in underprivileged young men's apartments in the middle of the night.
I'm not going anywhere. I just want to take a look around this apartment. Thanks for the heads up, but my work here is done.
Of course. I'm glad I could help. Was there anything else? Of course.
He gave me nothing. I got nothing from this. He gave me nothing. What? I got nothing out of this. This was a waste of my fucking time. Really? The question yet to be totally answered. Is Whirling in Rags a part of the Doom commercial area? Talk to Guard about this. See what he thinks. I know, right? This guy was such a disappointment after waiting 2 full days to talk to him. I'm glad you feel the same way, Salty. That literally felt like a fucking waste of my time. Get a map from the bookstore. Titus doesn't believe Ruby shot the hanged man. Present a theory. Make him see it's something to consider. Yeah, but that was a really hard... Get 2 signatures for Everard. Isabel and Lillian Morel. Okay, so these 2 right here are going to be on the other side of the bridge, which we can do tomorrow. Find the armored gloves on the other side. I'm not going to do that. Track down... Can I, abandon this? No. Track down your badge. I believe it's on the other side. No. Yes, I believe it's on the other side. Who put the clothes in the trash? That's a good question. Sing karaoke? I might do that, but I haven't been able to find a sad song on tape. Close the water lock on Wednesday. Got it. Run the number on the victim's armor. Okay, I need to call tomorrow to do that. First thing tomorrow, we will call back about the numbers. But at least we got some sexy but offensive swag. We did, and I guess we found out that, you know what we found out by that? The government has an interest in this place as well. are they either they're trying to gentrify the area or that's like a mask of something else. I think that they are. It's almost as if the war never ended. The war that Revachol is casualty of never ended. It's still ongoing, and the players are still here, just in a different form. You know what I mean? They just have a different shape to them, but they're still the same enemy. Does that make sense? That's what it seems like to me. See you in the morning, Kim.
Yes?
Bye. Okay, let's end the day.
The bed is still cold from the broken window, and not too inviting. But it's yours. You've earned it.
The government is planning something special. Yeah, with that young, underprivileged man.
From the wind blowing in from the broken window. The mattress creaks as you close your eyes and try your hardest to fall asleep.
Let's get a new
Here we
nightmare.
are again, my broken bud. The waves are coming, carrying you away. But you can't go. No, you have to stay. Always half aware of yourself.
Day 3. No way it's happening.
You're not cooperating, brother man.
Why?
It's your disgusting body. Even through your sleep, you feel a vague discomfort suffusing it. Your belly and your sides are unpleasantly tender. You wish you could curl up into a fetal ball of safety. But you cannot. Because of the pain.
Go back. Go back. Hey, you all asked for day 3. You said we were going to spend 4 streams on day 2. All right? We're going to day 3. Even if it's scary. Even if the limbic system is a terrifying voice actor.
That pain in your right side is your enlarged liver, by the way. As for your kidneys, you've really been compounding the damage lately.
These are my just desserts. I will endure this pain with dignity. Wait, wasn't this the express to fuck all, bro? I'm an artist, and liver damage is my art. I think I need medical attention. I think I need medical attention.
Oh, yes. They'll check you out, give you some pills, make it all okay. The Wonder Makers.
Don't be stupid, Harry. It's not happening. They don't make new kidneys and livers in hospital. All you've got to do is pray to God it passes and stare at the flickering darkness.
You're just stuck here, in the half-world. Could try looking at other people. Really looking. But why would you want to start doing that?
Pray to God. Pray to the donut for a new kidney. Ancient reptilian brain is the same voice that we gave the hanged man before we found out who Lely was. When we did that Inland Empire talk to the corpse thing, this is the voice that we gave him. So that means that our ancient reptilian brain was the one analyzing the corpse. Which makes sense. Just get me out of here then. Back to the other place. I will. I'm looking at people all the time. I like them. Human beings will always betray you.
Sure you do. They're all so friendly, aren't they?
They're not. They're all very mean to me.
At least they're interesting. Each one has a process just like yours, running in the space between their ears, full of secrets. People are beautiful, statuesque, parodies and tragedies of themselves. A great democracy of creatures.
What do you think you're doing right now? Coming to some greater awareness? Look at all these lights blinking in and out of existence. Thoughts! You're just pretending that you're asleep, even to yourself, while the world goes on without you.
Like a snake coiling, trying to strangle my brain. Aya. You're just pretending that you're asleep, even to yourself, while the world goes on without you.
Let it. Let it.
They're saying die in your sleep, just pass.
But it never
just
seems
die.
to let you go, does it? Time to rise and wipe that shining sweat off as best you can. Gather your bearings. Rock and roll.
Open your eyes. Do we even sleep at night? Or do we just lay there miserable all night? Like, what is happening? Come on, get up. Come on, man, get up. You got it. Come on, get up. You can do it, man. We only need to make it a little bit longer, okay?
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression.
3%? 3% tool not in hand? Okay, let's put the tool in hand. Wire cutter.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom
42.
wall. In it, your face, the faucet.
Oh, we passed a 42!
But you just might be able to twist its parts into place. You handle the chain cutters deftly, applying just enough pressure. The faucet regains a recognizable shape. The steam stops. Told you that you needed those chain cutters. Everything is connected. Everything has a purpose.
Thank you for the 3 biddies, Aya, for day 3.
The mirror begins to clear slowly without you having to wipe it.
8%. Electrochemistry. Let's equip everything that ups my electrochemistry. Physical instrument. +1 electrochemistry. +1 electrochemistry. +1 electrochemistry. All right, we're looking fucking wild. Let's try it now. What is it? What does that bump me up to? 28%.
It's barely
Not bad. Let's try it.
It's your face. It's like
Oh, I passed the 28.
a nerve ending.
Oh!
Your face in the mirror is suddenly clean of the layer that had distorted it for God knows how long. Just like that, it's over. The running gag that your life had become. A sad old man looks back at you.
My portrait changed. Okay, that's actually kind of pog. I'm not gonna lie. I do miss the creepy smile. We don't look like a rigor mortis corpse anymore. But I really like that they changed that. Rest in peace, weird sex pest smile. Look at me standing there thinking, look at me. I'm all, hi, detective. Okay, everybody. That's it. We are ending the stream. Just making sure there's nothing for me to do before we end the stream. Okay, we're ending the stream. Bye, everybody. Thank you for watching. I think we made a lot of good progress today. Truly. I think we did a lot of good work. And I'm starting to formulate a pretty solid theory. However, I know that I've got we're only on day 3. That means I've got day 3, 4, 5 minimum before I match Bumner's finish. I think Bumner said they finished on day 5. However, I've seen that some people take 6 or 7. So we've still got quite a lot of game. However, I'm expecting as this game continues, we will like as we get closer to the truth, things will accelerate. Days will move quicker. I think that the game starts slow and ramps quick, if you get what I'm saying. So we'll see. We'll see in the next time. I will be back Saturday, okay? I'm going to stream Saturday. So I will see you guys Saturday. That is February 8th, okay? That's when I'll be back. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciated it. Wajas, Salty, Aya, Bumner, everybody else here, I'm sorry if I missed you. Say goodbye. You're the only people I see saying goodbye right now. Thank you for watching, everybody. I will see you in the next one, okay? Thank you for watching. Why did I say your name like that? What did I say? Did I say Bummer? See ya, Bummer.